Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, the shit's real. We talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, you know what it do? Praise the Most High, exalted, the Most Anointed.
Yes,
What it
sir.
do? Jesus Shutterworth, the God, Go Artist Day, nigga. Shutterworth in the building. RingGameRadio.com. Yes, sir. Monday Night Boxing Talk. Yeah, let's get it.
Yes, sir. It's the Go Artist birthday, man. So yeah, man, happy birthday, man, to the capo of Ring Gang Radio. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's always an important day because he's the
Nah,
engine to keep
I
up.
prefer Boss, nigga. Capo, you make me feel like Paulie or somebody, nigga. Like, I don't know.
No, nigga,
Like, nah,
you Jim
nigga. Like,
Jones.
hold on.
Jim Jones.
Paulie.
Like, nah, nigga, like make me feel like Jimmy or somebody, like Jimmy or Paulie. Nah, nigga, it's Lauderdale Boss, not Lauderdale Capo, nigga.
Word, word,
Yeah,
word.
yeah, Ring Gang in the building, Lauderdale Capo. Like, wait, what? Like, come on, and that like he got the apprentice in there tonight, like the understudy, nigga. Like, where the real goat artists at?
Hey man, I can dig it, yo. That's what it is, yo. But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's Fly's Conscious Pod, the West Coast Avenger. Prepare for liftoff. Let's get it. Ring It Radio. Monday, special edition. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Conscious Pie stays elevated above the clouds, you dig? But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Well, like I guess that's me, nigga. It's Rome Top 5, Fire Eberflus. We here, nigga. I got t-shirts printed up, nigga. Fire Eberflus.
Yo, I say if this was a football show tonight, yo, I swear I know this room will probably go off like because this niggas they stay losing the worst games by by kickers. Some sort of kicker, either they double doink or they get blocked, yo. Like that shit would drive me fucking insane. But yo, that's room top 5. You know what I'm saying? You got to fire dude on the Bears, man. You know what I'm saying? Enough said. And last but certainly not least, though, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up, y'all? Marquise is second here on Weak Sauce Radio. Long time, no time. But how y'all? Ready for some quality boxing talk after a weekend where people were bothering the crap out of me about it, man. It was ridiculous.
Yes, sir. Marquise, like I say, a friend of the show. Probably the earliest of supporters of us, you know what I'm saying? So it's always good when we can have him on here because like I said, he fits in with our dynamic and everything like that just effortlessly. But yeah, as you heard, man, boxing was boxing, boxering, if you want to call that, last week.
Oh, it wasn't.
This a boxing show he on. We usually have him on for music shit, like.
And it's probably has been a while. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've had Marquise. Have you been on for boxing? I'm pretty sure we have. I don't know how
You
long.
sure? Like, I don't think we ever talk boxing with this
There's
nigga.
one. I know last year, my job last year, man. I don't want to go. No comment. But essentially, nah. I think this is the first one for the boxing stuff, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
see?
I thought we've did at least one boxing because I know, yeah.
No, it's like we like, man, fuck this nigga boxing takes. What do you think about this Corrupt album? Like, but yeah, salute you for being here for the first time being on a boxing show to talk about boxing.
Yeah, for real. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
And obviously, probably the biggest boxing show of this weekend happened on a Friday night. On Netflix, we have one Jake Paul and one Iron Mike Tyson. And there's definitely a lot to digest from that. It definitely had the internet, it had the computers putin, it definitely had Netflix network, saying uncle, on occasion, but
Up and out.
I'm gonna say, guys, when did yours crap out?
Well, mine's never did, but that's a whole different
Mine's
story.
crapped out during the first TikTok fight. The
You
Indian
serious?
versus yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
when
that's
mine
mad
started.
early.
Yeah,
Mine started
that's
like
when I
around
was
round
like,
3 of that mess. Yeah.
I would thought the internet was done then. I was like, wait, what?
God damn.
It took the Katie Taylor fight for mine.
When was it for you, LB?
The Katie Taylor fight, like
Oh,
it let me, like I enjoy like most of the not most of, I think the pretty, because the thing is I had like other means up and then I had like Netflix up. You know what I mean, like, so I was back and forth on some shit sometimes.
right. Yeah, I mean, because I was manning the Ring Gang Twitter that night, just doing what I was doing, and it was just tweets about Netflix, like people are buffering, and usually I've never seen. I mean, Netflix doesn't have a history of buffering, like like it's not really a
They
thing.
also have a history of live sports. So,
Yeah, with like two of the biggest fucking names.
And the funny thing is too, it's not the first live event that Netflix has done, but this is the most high profile.
It's the one that niggas gave a damn.
It's funny because it's like this is like a test for because I know they got a Christmas show coming, the NFL game, and then obviously come January they have a WWE. WWE is going to be live.
The roast of Tom Brady was fire. I watched that live.
Oh, that was live. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the audience wasn't enough to kind of to bring down their servers and their bandwidth and shit like that.
I mean, you're trying to compare
it was a big
football to
following.
boxing.
I know they was making fun of what's his name, Robert Kraft, on there live, and then it was like they was tweaking about it because it was live and they couldn't stop it.
Yeah, of course they could. Yeah, I mean the show was dope too. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, this. Yeah, I don't think everyone was kind of crashing to watch Tom Brady getting roasted. Although I did because fuck Tom Brady, because I had to. But yeah, I think it had more than enough bandwidth to cover all the hate from people who wanted to laugh at Tom Brady at his expense. You know what I'm saying? But this one, it's like pretty much everyone's gonna watch it because this is pretty much the effort that if you have to go illegally stream Netflix, it's like, come on, what are we doing here? Because Netflix is pretty much the it's the service that probably like everyone has. Like,
yeah, Pat, it's the account. If you don't have it, your mom can give you a copy of it. I mean,
although Netflix though they cut down on that account sharing shit, which is probably the worst thing they've done since they've started. It's like you can't just give your account out anymore unless you're within like 10 miles or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Unless you pay for the extra service to do that, unless you pay on the plan. Yeah, Netflix was wilding out with that one. But yeah, it's like okay, if it's on Netflix, like pretty much. I mean, you can go to someone's house to do it. You can go to a movie theater. You can go to your Dave and Buster's. You can go anywhere to watch it because that's where it was airing. It was everywhere. Wings Over franchise, something you got going over. Like there was probably no reason to illegally stream it until, of course, Netflix gave people a reason to illegally stream it.
Yeah, then it's like it is what it is. Like, I mean,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But at least for the Netflix one, I mean, obviously the prelim fights, there was 3 of them. They weren't on Netflix. They were on Netflix YouTube channel, which was cool. You know what I'm saying.
I ain't seen none of them shits, yo.
You ain't miss nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Shushu was on the first one. Shushu pretty much beat the living hell out of someone there, and then Lucas.
Let that man survive, by the way. Dear Lord.
Yeah.
He was getting styled off for real though. That was kind of rough.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then of course you got Shadeja Green on there, who probably should have lost. It's one of those things with Shadeja Green.
Hold on, Mid-Dacia Green. Mid-Dacia Green. Damn. What did I miss with that, nigga? Go in more. Give me more details.
Because MVP has been trying to get a belt on her for a minute, so you knew they weren't going to let her. Even though it was close, a draw could have been right, but I don't either or.
Yeah, that fight was not. Yeah, man. Ugh.
I don't know what happened. Like she used to, like when she got the team, I remember LB missed her the first time and we were hyping her up because she had a nice KO, you know what I'm saying? And then ever since then, she ain't did shit since then.
I told you what her ceiling was. Like, she got power. she got some type of sauce, but like you got to put her back in the oven. Like she ain't trying to train. Like she out of shape. Like she don't put no effort. Like
yeah, she
was supposed to be like the Ann Wolf of this era right now. She just gave it up.
Yeah, that's what made this fight close. Like you saw the skills on display in the first couple of rounds, but then it's just like she got tired. She started gassing, and then you saw the other one. I think her name was Watpool, was starting to outwork her at times, and it was just like, geez, like what the fuck are you doing? Like,
mind you, these are 2-minute rounds.
Exactly.
Bitch, you can't go 2-minute rounds. And how old is she? Like in her 30s, right?
Yeah, she's in her 30s.
God damn, even Mike Tyson going 2-minute rounds now.
I'm saying,
listen, Chevelle Halbeck's still trying to trot out here, guys. She's about 5 years younger than Tyson here, so she can go 2-minute rounds.
The other girl's looking at whatever wherewithal, whatever her name was. She was in shape. The other girl, the white girl,
Watpool, yeah, she was absolutely.
Yeah. Wherewithal.
But the Shadeja, aka Baby D from next Friday, she's not in shape. She clearly doesn't really give a fuck.
She's never in shape. When is she in shape?
Yeah, she's never in shape. She hasn't been in shape in a long time, and it's getting to be
like how much do Jake Paul pay her? Like, cause it feel like it's one of those situations where they kind of overpay her, and it just keeps her off the streets, make her do boxing full time, but she doesn't take it serious.
And the funny thing too is
that's the vibe I'm getting.
And funny thing, she came from a sport where she had to be in shape. She played ball. Like I can't imagine why she can't be in shape. Like for these fights.
Hold on, she was a hooper.
I think she was a hooper. Yeah.
Wow, I would have never imagined this. She looked like the most unathletic, I don't give a damn hooper in the history of hooping. Like when the nigga said Wilder played basketball, I could see that. Yeah, I mean somewhat. But this shorty, like, that's like y'all niggas telling me King P played basketball. Like, come on.
But yeah, no, like I mean, she won, but I know they're trying to make she wants to get a fight with Clarissa Shields, and truthfully, I wouldn't even. I'm pretty sure Clarissa has no interest in it because why? Like what you gonna do with that? Like you can't come into you don't come into
man, dude, wait, stop. All the damn nobodies, the fucking European nobodies Clarissa Shields fought. She can fight this chick. Like, come on. Like, stop. I mean, where are you going to find a chick big enough to fight Shields anyway? Like, it's the closest you going to get. Like,
I mean, it's either that, it's going to be like, unless she's trying to subtract, but, she has 3 divisions to go up and down to, I guess. But I honestly don't.
Was on the 20 versus 1 and said she was like 183 then.
Was that for 68 belt or 60?
It'd be for 68.
Oh, that was 68.
Yeah, that was a 68.
She'll get back down. She could get down to 168. That's a fight that could happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if it does for some reason. I just don't think because she doesn't. Clarissa Shields doesn't mention her name at all.
How many black boxers' names have Shields ever really mentioned like that though?
Just Baumgartner.
Thank you. In a fight that's too small that is not going to ever happen.
Never going to happen.
That's about it. Just Marshall and Baumgartner, it seems like.
Yeah, like all the other black women know is always an excuse. Like, I'm just saying, like, we done got some trash fights from her. So, like, if you're going to keep boxing, like, this is a fight that could, But what the fuck am I saying? Like, she would never, I don't think she would ever deal with Jake Paul and MVP Promotions. So,
yeah, because she
which is the same.
Yeah, because she'd want to be the main event. She wouldn't want to be playing co-main to Jake Paul. She wouldn't want to do that.
Who cares if it's the most people who ever going to watch your fucking fight?
Yeah.
And to a lot of people, Katie Taylor Serrano too was the main event. Like,
and funny thing too, because DT3 the Boom Man, shouts to him. He said the exact same thing with Clarissa Shields in terms of like, you know, shooting herself in the foot because, you know, of that particular thing, of her having
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Let Her Pride Go. I saw that. Yeah, the Let Her Pride Go and shit.
Dude, honestly, like Amanda Serrano slowly like taking that GOAT place on some like yeah, you got the name, but as far as somebody having all the accolades, like somebody is really kind of living up to it more because people are seeing these big mega fights she's in. She got the multiple divisions, like, so I get it. Like Clarissa Shields still the GOAT, but like she making the gap a little smaller.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if you see in the comments, she was talking about maybe sucking down all the way like to 47 for a fucking Serrano or Taylor fight. I was like, come on,
that's not happening. Like, there's no
like,
you know, cut a leg off, bro.
Shields got a movie, you know, she has a movie coming out with some, you know, pretty black chick playing her, you know, in a movie, like, and she still wants that payday though. It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, no, anyway, if it's not Jake Paul, the payday, it's Turkey, and of course we'll talk more about him a little later on too. But she's chasing the payday. Because you know, every single time anyone is like has something good that happened to him or whatever, she wants in on it. Like, you know, she's like the clout chaser.
Yeah. You seen it, cause dude, like you see niggas was calling it out because she basically was trying to make herself a part of the successful night.
Right.
Look like you just in attendance, like chill, man.
Exactly. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes with her and all that. Shadasia Green though, but Shadasia Green is just like a disappointment. Like a chick that Shadasia Green could actually be something, but you know, she needs a strength and conditioning coach like badly, like because it's like it's just all that talent for nothing, all that punching talent and power, whatever, nothing. But like, you know, the prelims. You know, but at least the prelims, they were a good watch. Now, the first fucking fight on the main card is easily part of the worst fight I've seen this year. Like, there's no fucking question about that. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how that fight got.
Yeah, where'd they get Mans from?
Yeah, was it Goyette and Nunes or whatever? I was like,
they're trying to expand their, their eyeballs,
Yeah, and I was like, and I've seen Goya because he's fought on the zone before. He fought Jose Zepeda, and Zepeda pretty much blanked him. And I just happened to see it was one of those random things I just happened to watch, and it was just like, yeah, Zepeda easily had an easy night. So I'm thinking to myself, like, putting him back on the card, like, it was such poor boxing. Like, it was some of the worst boxing I ever watched, like really this year. Like I've seen influencer boxing fights that were better than that one. Like it could have been, honestly, that could have been a prelim spot in Shushu, or someone else could have had that spot. Like it was bad.
It should have been Body, or really Shushu, but Body since he signed to them. But his fight was kind of anyway. So yeah, this fight was weird. It was kind of,
and it was long too. Like they could like the Indian cat. He gassed after 2 rounds because he was doing too much. Like he was doing a whole bunch of nothing, and he gassed. Like in Nunes though, I think he's pretty much like is like a step above an amateur. You know, he couldn't. His offense was like weak. It was anemic, and it just dragged for was it like 6 rounds? That it was like 6 rounds.
Yeah, that seemed terminal.
Yeah, I was like, it was so bad. I'm thinking to myself, like, how the hell did this Indian cat manage to get 18-4-2 record? How did he even manage to stop anybody? Because I've never seen so many arm punches and bullshit before like that. Like, dude was insulting people who actually have fast hands. Like, there's look at his hands. I was like, no, he's not doing anything. Like, and he's gassing. Like, it was trash.
They thought dude was Saddam Ali or somebody, but like, bro, no.
Yeah, and that, like, the crowd was just like dead. Like, You know, and I don't blame him. Like, it was just honestly, I didn't expect a piss break that early in this car, but that's what that was.
Yeah, they was still they were smart how they did it. They was waiting for everybody to start tuning in, but for some reason, this like the first time like everybody started tuning into boxing events early.
Yeah, and honestly, if I was actually there, let's say I had gotten like the credential was there, I probably would have fallen asleep because it was such a bad fight. It was like,
this fight was trash, guys. I think this was the part of the fight actually when this card started. This is when everyone that has never seen boxing, were bothering me out of the woodworks because, as you guys know, you're probably the boxing person that you guys are getting hit up on all the time. So this was when this was happening, and you're like, "What's this, Marquise?" It's like, "Do you know these guys?" It's like, wait a little bit.
No, surprisingly, I didn't get hit up by anyone with this fight. I assume that either they were just tuning out or they were just doing something else. I seriously, because there was nothing to really talk. There's nothing to really.
Because even the names don't sound familiar, bro. But like Ramos and Barrios, if you don't know nothing else, that just sounds like some familiar random Mexican names. So when you tune in and you see two Mexicans going life and death with each other, you start saying, "Hey, hold on, wait, Phil, hold on, like, don't say this. Let me see what this is."
Yeah, I mean, that's where the card picked up. Obviously, with Ramos and Barrios. And the funny thing is too is like if you heard the preview, like I was like, "Yo, that's like it's a betting lick because they had Ramos like as a huge fucking underdog. Like everything was just fucking ridiculous." I was just trying to figure out like why. I mean, I didn't think Cody Crowley beat him up that bad to warrant these type of odds that he was getting. And damn near a betting lick almost fucking happened because I mean at first Barrios he was doing his thing and he knocked him down. I think it was in the second round.
But it looked like the odds were correct the way Barrios was fighting them first couple rounds.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Roy Jones though. Roy saw what was happening, like what Ramos was doing, and pretty much called what's going to happen before Barrios actually got dropped. And once Barrios got dropped, and he got dropped heavy, like I thought this fight was going to be stopped.
He got up and he was still hurt.
Yeah,
he was confused.
Yeah. And then after that, that fight went from looked like it was going to be some easiest for Barrios to another blood and guts type of war, and like after that knockout, they were taking turns beating the living shit out of each other. Like Barrios got busted up, Ramos got busted up. Like it was like rock'em sock'em. And the funny thing is, the crowd was still kind of dead too. Like they weren't really reacting to it like that. I mean,
they started reacting to it toward the end. Like the last 4 rounds, it seemed like everybody was like, "Okay, you know what? Like, this really is a good fight." Like,
they were because by that time, by the last round too, like both these guys were just like, they were lumped up. Like it was just like they I think they threw like the all into that. And truthfully, and like I said, and even though I'm not a fan of Barrios, I honestly truly didn't think Barrios won that fight. Regardless, I thought Ramos actually won that fight.
It was close. Honestly, this is one of those fights where I could really see it being a draw because Barrios was winning early first, and then it's like Ramos hurt him, and then Ramos kind of swept the mid rounds. And then Barrios came back strong, and then they both kind of just were like even toward the end. It's like damn, like I mean, I can see it's one of those either or could have gone, but I know you always got a type of slant toward Barrios though, nigga. Like, you score, it's like he's a new Danny Garcia for you.
Well, let's put it this way: Barrios didn't win this fight no damn 116-110. That's for damn sure.
Nah, fuck no, nah. That
was trash.
But honestly, I'm a fan of both, so I don't mind this being a draw because they gave us a good ass fight. Both got dropped. I mean, who really controlled the majority of the rounds like that? It was hard.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like the first round was mainly Barrios. Second half was mainly. Second half of the fight was mainly Ramos, and both guys got dropped. If Barrios didn't get dropped, he probably would have won the fight. But Vichy got dropped pretty bad. Didn't recover for a round or two. So.
Yeah, he survived. He survived after that. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But he was hurt. He was hurt bad.
Yeah, he was still hurt in the fucking next round after that.
Yeah. I don't know. Barrios is one of those. I mean, obviously, outside of Barrios is like you can tell now that you can tell how shaky dude is. Like, dude might be the shakiest out of the welterweight champions now.
Or maybe, he just started at 122. Maybe, and he has kind of been through the ringer. Maybe he's a young 30 or whatever. He's old for his age as a boxer. I'm not giving him pleas. I'm just saying maybe we've seen the best of Barrios.
I mean, he's 30. I mean, it's both. It's like yes and no. Like in some instances, he's 30 because you really got to beat the shit out of him to take him out of there.
Yeah. But he got his ass whooped by Thurman and Tank. And he's been.
But Tank took him out of there. Like, dude was taking them Thurman bombs for like 12 rounds, and he was taking bombs from Ramos. And Ramos Ramos is a puncher's puncher. Like, he really carries them right hands from 140 to 147.
And I think the only fight that Barrios has had that he had kind of like an easy night that he didn't get busted up was the Ugas fight. That was probably the only fight that dude he was like kind of immaculate when he came out. But like
his biggest win would be that.
Yeah.
Where he looked his best. All these other niggas where you think he's supposed to like, all right, he's a favorite. He should clean this dude up. He life and death, get dropped, hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see whether or not dude's either gonna go to a unification with Stanionis or with Boots, because I see both of them. Well, Stanionis might be more brutal than the Boots will probably stop him. Stanionis will probably give him a prolonged beating, like one of the ones where he'll take, but you can tell it'll probably really affect him going forward after that.
Stanionis might could stop him, man.
Yeah, I would say, but he'll probably take something. Yeah, no. Honestly, like I just don't. I don't see Barrios being a champion for very long, depending on who he's fighting next. And I know Barrios has actually called for you. It's like, yeah, I'll fight Boots for unification, but we'll see if that actually happens.
Remember, he was calling out for Boots before I think he even got a belt.
Before the fight, kind of.
Yeah,
like that. I think Barrios don't duck no fucking smoke though.
I mean, Boots didn't look at his last fight, so whatever.
Yeah, that's why 147 so fucking stale.
Yeah,
but Ramos though, like I mean, I just saw something there saying that his, I think his.
Would be a good fight. I feel like Ramos versus Maestre. That's something that'd be a damn war.
It probably would, but but it depends too, because Ramos
was in there looking like a fucking poor man's Rocky Juarez.
I don't know. He was more active than Rocky Juarez.
Just a tad bit more active.
Yeah, like when you saw Rocky fight, sometimes you had to scream at your TV screen to get this nigga to throw some punches.
Yeah, I wasn't screaming at my TV screen for Ramos fight. Like,
no.
Maybe if you're looking at like one hand dominant, like because he was treating his right hand like Juarez treats his left hook. But he was still like throwing and landing like Rocky Juarez. Like, there's only like a few fights I could really go back and be like, all right, Rocky was throwing hands. That first Barrera fight, and maybe the Chris John fights.
Yeah. Although you still
some random NBC joints.
Well, I mean, I still screamed at the screen. I still screamed at the TV for the first one because Juarez wasn't throwing enough hands in the final round. Like, dude was getting ready to be taken up out of there. That's what I was like, and that's why you got them that stupid ass unanimous draw, which killed me. I was like, "Fuck!" I was like,
like that even sounds crazy. Like that nigga unanimous draw. Like what?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's rare as fuck, and that's what happened in that fight. And it was just like, and you couldn't even argue with it really, because it was just like,
Nah, Rocky should have won that shit. He was robbed, bro. Stop.
Nigga, hey, I'm not gonna argue with that though. But I'm just saying that you can see, like, it's like you have to snap just gonna get this nigga to throw some punches to get him out of there. That's the
you can tell he was pissing Barrera off that fight. Like,
yeah. See, Ramos, although he was fun, like Ramos, I wasn't expecting. It was just like I think Ramos was. He was. I mean, I think he was hurt. He was gassed. He was giving it all. His shoulders were killing him. He said he was just giving it his all. Whereas Juarez was fine, but he just wouldn't just throw. He wasn't throwing when he needed to throw. So yeah, no, but yeah, either way, like that's a hard fight though. But like I said, though, but I mean, Ramos has already had, he had a hard fight two fights ago with Crowley, and Barrios is having a string of hard fights. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with these two going forward, because it's like, yeah, y'all don't know, they don't take it easy at all.
I think Barrios
and Ramos to ever get another title shot like that.
I think Barrios will end up unifying with Stanionis. Makes too much sense. They're under the same label.
Yeah.
Fight of the year.
I could definitely see that.
Well, it's supposed to be the Giasov fight, but supposedly, Stanionis' team said, get some step aside, let's unify with Boots. It's like 147 is such a mess right now. Such
a huge mess. Yeah, 147 is good. 147 is gonna take years for this shit to kind of clean up.
We're gonna need the 140 guys to fucking move up to make once. I don't know. It's a mess. My poor Walter.
Make something happen.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The last era of 140 niggas ain't want to fucking move up. Hey, what up, Android? Salute. What up, Rob D? Salute.
Yeah, because
like Josh Taylor, Regis, all these niggas were supposed to move up at one time, and they never did. And they just moved up. They stayed at 140 and gave a bunch of niggas great wins that are now looking kind of questionable.
Right. Yeah, because they stayed at the weight too long. But yeah, I mean, the last 47 era with Thurman, Bud, Spence, Porter, Brooke, it was a pretty good era. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain, but so we're gonna cherish the era in a little bit because it's gonna be
it's a hologram of that now.
Yeah. See, because the 140 era was supposed to go up to 147, which allowed the 147 to kind of get that mindset going. Is like, all right, are we gonna fight some of these guys in big fights, or are we gonna transition to 154? And then that allowed the up and coming 140 niggas to damn clean up that division, but it never transitioned. Everybody wants an advantage. Like, motherfucker, you need that extra 7 pounds. Move your fat ass up. Like, damn.
People don't want to fight. People just don't want to fight in the divisions that they're supposed to be fighting at anymore. Everyone wants a tactical advantage of some sort.
Yeah. And get the technical advantage in the gym by practicing your fucking skills, nigga.
Yeah. But speaking of advantage, it takes us to our co-main with the one again. Like,
don't get ahead of yourself, bro.
Oh,
chill.
Yeah, of course, we're talking about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, man. It's just like, well, I'll say this one. This is the crowd definitely reacted to this fight. Like, I mean, they did this. They did themselves justice. Well, more Serrano did, because like Serrano, that fucking cut that she got over her eye was just like it was disgusting. Like the Netflix cameras, they made sure they try to get all the details, they can on that. Like, you could literally see like that shit, like the muscle underneath there and shit. You can see all types of shit in there. It was like, oof. And why did it happen? Because Katie Taylor likes to use her fucking head. and
I'm glad I'm glad 100 million people seeing this shit, because for some reason, this bitch is every bit as dirty as Holyfield, John Ruiz, Warrington, all these dirty motherfuckers. She's every bit as dirty, but there's no narrative of it. Like, she never gets called out for it from the masses like they did. So I'm glad the casuals and a lot of people that's outside of the UK boxing scene got to see how fucking dirty she is. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and she started that.
Katie Warrington. Fuck out.
Katie Warrington.
Yeah, and obviously, and the only reason why she started doing it is because early in the fight, Serena was getting off her combos, like, you know, she rocked Katie in the first round, and Katie was like, oh shit, like, you know, like her hands are a lot faster than mine. She's hurting me. So Katie started doing that bullshit, leading with her head and like pretty much grappling. As soon as Serena would like land a combination, she was immediately grabbing so much that the ref had to keep on admonishing her, like, yo, don't grab, like, what are you doing? Like
that ref stayed on her the whole. Honestly, I wish he deducted 2 points because what she was doing warranted it. But I'm glad a point was deducted because ain't too many refs kind of do that, penalize her.
Yeah, they don't.
And you get these bullshit ass refs in goddamn Scotland or wherever the fuck, and these niggas be afraid to say, "Look, bitch, chill." Like,
yeah, it was because I mean she was warm like first. I mean, obviously the first time she butted, she opens up the cut and she kept on doing the shit. And then finally, she finally got the point took.
Yeah, I mean she's a crafty fighter. It's annoying, really annoying, especially when she
gets her head in there. Crafty, bro. Crafty is. You don't. It's not obvious. Like this shit was obvious. Like niggas who ain't watched boxing in their life saw what she was doing. Crafty means you being slick with it. Like you hit the nigga on the hip. The ref on the other side, he can't see.
There was no craftiness to it. There was basically like in Fight Night when you throw that headbutt and it's just like just
R2.
But she was doing some dirty shit where she would like put her head on it and just kind of rub it, you know, like she was trying to get out the clinch.
Yeah, disgusting ass bitch.
Yeah.
And I know y'all niggas in YouTube on the comments, y'all gonna hate this shit. Fuck y'all. Fucking wankers.
And even after all that too, Serena, like, she fought her fucking heart out. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, because it definitely got gruesome near the like in the second half of the fight because of the cut and everything like that. But like I said, they were throwing hands, and I know this is where people were hitting up. Is like it's like you see this women's fight, and I think someone on my Facebook said like, you know, it's like she could have possibly imagined going through something like that. Like that fight was hitting a high Q rating.
No, I got a high buzz. I mean, I know the first fight between them was major, but it not 50 million views major. You know what I'm saying? Like this is major, man, for sure.
This is the bigger platform. That's what we keep telling y'all about fucking the zone. Like y'all niggas get so crazy over the zone, and only damn 11 people seen this shit.
People can't get the name of their freaking app right, man. I thought it was called Days In.
Days In, Daz In, the Zone, Dazzler, like like the fuck.
Yeah, but you know, the first fight still had plenty of buzz. It actually had buzz. Like, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, that's probably the worst example because that shit buzzed hard.
Yeah,
no, it did. It did.
No, it did. It did. But people that watched this fight with their families, that didn't watch the first fight. You know what I'm saying? The families,
Yeah,
kids.
I know a lot of folks that didn't see that first fight, guys.
Yeah,
and it's like, damn, like the first fight was as good as this. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't the biggest robbery, but yes.
And shouts out. I don't know. Some people hate that, but the camera view, like it was good camera work to fucking see that cut in 4K like that.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that cut was. I never see a cut zoom in like that clean in a minute at least.
Yeah, and even with that fight though, you think? I mean, I still thought I thought Serrano definitely won this fight. It was a lot clearer that Serrano won the second fight, not as other than the first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you can argue the first one.
She won both fights. Fuck out of here. She won both fights.
Yeah.
She won both fights, but the first one you could argue it a little more because it almost felt like Serrano kind of let her off the hook. But this one, nah, you can't argue this one.
Especially with the point deduction, it's kind of crazy with the point deduction that she lost. I mean, if I try to rationalize it, if I try to just play a devil's advocate and rationalize it, Katie was landing clean later in the fight, but still, I can't really say she won.
Fuck all that devil's advocate shit. She ain't win shit.
Well, she won the fight on the judges' scorecards.
Well, those motherfuckers was blind.
Yeah, honestly, when I heard like 95, 94 across the board, I was like, okay, I could see Serrano taking it because it made sense because Katie lost the point, But when they announced that she won, I was just like, I think everyone was like, wow, like.
Now she couldn't even get a draw, bro. With a point deduction.
With a point deduction.
Crazy.
And her coach, I won't lie, her coach kind of made it worse because I was watching with company. They were like, "Shut up," because the coach kept copping pleas, and after a while, it was like, "All right, we get it, bro." But the coach, kind of left a bad taste in some of the spectators.
No.
Yeah, though. Yeah, and
you got a right to be pissed off.
And then, and she also, and Katie got booed too. Like, they were booing the shit out of her.
And she deserved that shit.
Of course, it doesn't help. And the funny thing is, a lot of people were like, because people who have never heard Katie Taylor talk. Obviously,
I couldn't understand shit she was saying.
Yeah, like, I always say that she talks like like someone that's going through like puberty.
This sounds like a goddamn Irish fucking boomhauer from fucking King of the Hill.
She sounds like a fucking carpet muncher too, but whatever.
Yo, Pete really hates Katie Taylor, But it doesn't because that's what people on Facebook Twitter is like. Did she really talk like that? I was like, yeah, that's how she talks. She talks like that all the time, all the goddamn time.
Yeah, but it was just her talking fast and the crowd booing that like it was just so fucking hard to fucking hear. I couldn't understand what the fuck she was saying.
That's what was funny about it because it was like we don't care what the fuck she got to say. Boo, bitch, boo. You lost.
Yeah.
That fucking worker Eddie Hearn acted like he fucking goddamn won the Soul Train Awards or some shit. Like, nigga. Sit your ass down.
I mean, consider I was in the house with Foreign and Kalmatov. Like, he'll if he's in like enemy territory, that's what he does. Like, I mean, when Ford stopped, dude flew out of his chair, damn near flung the chair across like the other side of the floor of the ring before he got in the ring. Like, that's how he gets. Like, he's mad emotional about that shit. But yeah, no. Honestly, I mean, even with being on Jake's card, I honestly thought Serrano would get the. I mean, honestly, I thought she would get the nod. So it's like it's still crazy to me that Katie still got the nod. Like, either way, that was. I mean, the fight buzzed and it buzzed hard. People like what they watched, but that decision was not cool. Like, that decision wasn't cool at all. Like,
fucking egregious. Egregious.
Yeah, and they killed. What's so bad about it is they killed any damn need for a trilogy. Because it's like, what else does she got to do for y'all to give her the win?
Yeah, because Katie will not do 3-minute rounds at all.
For obvious reasons, she would have lost if she was 3 minutes.
Lost.
Dude, she would have lost if there was two extra rounds. I'm not even one of these niggas who's like, yo, give them 3 minutes. Like, give me 2 more rounds and I'll be good. And I don't even think she could go 2 rounds. God forbid Shadesha Green got to fucking go to fucking 12 rounds.
Right?
Shit, niggas be filing cruel and unusual punishment on the damn belt organizations and shit. So nah, man. It's just bad judging, bro. Like I admit, like, Taylor did land some combinations, and she was in the fight, but it never felt like she was doing enough because she was on the back foot most of the time. If she would land 3s, Serrano would land 1 that clips her, and she'll go backwards again, and then she'll lead in with her head, and then they'll be hooking it. Then Serrano's getting the better inside work. It just always felt like Serrano just got the better work.
Right.
On top of having the damn the disadvantage. And Roy was tripping. Well, I don't know. It was one part of the fight. This nigga Roy was like, if she could get the advantage, then she'll have the advantage.
Well, to Roy's defense, though, man, Roy had to put up with Morrow and his punchlines all night, man. That was insufferable. My Toronto fight was insufferable, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Morrow was doing too much. Like I was just like,
he was.
I was like, shut up.
Are you Pat Bruce or you a fucking commentator?
Yeah, Roy and Morrow don't do well together. I'll say that. That's not a good match.
I mean, shouts out to Rosie. Rosie did a good job, though.
Morrow and Bernstein work better together than Morrow and Roy.
Yeah, and especially Roy too is good. I think Roy. I mean, although like I said, Roy was dropping gems, but he was a little bit too laid back for all Morrow's hyper shit. It was just like, yo, geez, like you don't have to make everything like you don't have to think about every fucking like BET movie you watched in the past week and make a punchline out of it. Like, come on, like chill.
Hold on, let me hit up some of these comments real quick. Android Katie Taylor thinks she could get away with it or her fake humble personality. Yeah, and that's if you get a chance to see her personality because Eddie's always fucking talking. 1.5 worldwide views on the Zone versus 50 million plus homes, which would be multiples of the 50 million. Yeah, like so you're talking about upward like 150 million plus. First fight versus the rematch. Rob D, amazing fight. Serrano should have won, like Mo said. Android. Serrano definitely won. Yeah, all this shit, like people coming out there saying Katie Taylor won. Yeah, just suck a dick. Fuck you. Like, we're not gonna argue shit no more. Like, y'all the same niggas who was trying to be like, but you know, Canelo kind of, you know, he won the first Golovkin fight. If you listen to Al Green watching on a Tuesday in slow motion, like,
just take out the Dale Bill's sorry scorecard. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, like just get the fuck out of here, like.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a good performance. They made another fight of the year. It just the scorecard and the judges fucked it. The ref was trying, like, you know what I mean? He was doing this thing.
Yeah, like I mean, if the ref failed in the fight, then obviously with some blame. But no, the ref was trying. He tried to maintain some order though. But Katie was
the judges failed it though. Like, what's another fight where Katie got a point deducted? Like, was it the Cameron fight, or did she ever get a point deducted?
Yeah, let's see.
Was it the first Pursoon fight? Maybe.
I don't remember her getting the point deducted on that one.
I don't think she's ever got a fucking point deducted.
Oh yeah, no, the McCaskill fight. Yeah, that's
okay.
McCaskill.
Yeah,
she got
a point took for holding, which she should have gotten another 1 point because she did a whole lot of that too. You know.
Yeah. And it's like, damn, with that rough ass fight, you can't control McCaskill, like. And this before McCaskill got like real good, like nigga, like, like so. Come on, man, this overrated ass bitch. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Like,
yeah, and unfortunately, she has, but with her, she has a certain level of toughness, so it's kind of hard to knock her out or put her down. So it's like, and you don't know, and in the division she's in, like, there's not, you know, I'm not saying there's not any monster punches at least that can actually probably maybe do it.
The thing is, it's like. It's more footwork that you gotta be worried about for Katie more than anything, because the way she leans in and she does it surprising, like she surprises you with it, and then she could lull you in with it. Then she's athletic with it. She could do it multiple ways. Like the bitch practices it. Like you would literally have to almost constantly. You would have to fight like a Shakur Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're constantly turning back foot, popping her with jabs, and just keep her at a distance where she can't even do that shit with the damn headbutt. Like she's literally at the end of your punches, and there's no woman around that has that type of like skill set like that. Because even Serrano doesn't fight like that,
right?
So it's like you gotta. That's the approach to really beat Katie Taylor clean, or if you're somebody who could just push her backwards behind a jab, because Cameron did beat her, like fucking Pursuing beat, like it's mad bitches and beat this bitch, like yo, like this ain't no fucking Rubik's Cube that they try to make out. Like, why do you think she always fighting these motherfuckers twice?
Right.
And still be losing. Like, what is this? Like reverse Shane Mosley? Like the fuck out of here, man.
Well, eventually, at some point, all this shit, like, the boxing gods will catch up to her at some point. We still don't know if it's gonna be sooner.
How did she even get the Cameron? How did she even lose the Cameron fight?
I mean, I might have to rewatch it, but she did lose that one fair and square, though. Like Cameron.
No, the second one she should have lost too. Really.
That
was.
But somebody actually judged against her.
I mean, no, the ref was like giving her warning when like giving Cam warnings. I'm like, if this was WWE straight up, the commentary they were trying to make sure they got the belt on that.
Yeah,
that was disgusting.
Yeah, they tried her in the rematch. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, why she get all this interactive plot armor? Like, how your plot armor is just interactive? Like, the ref be against your opponent and shit. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, what do you have to do to get her to lose?
Yeah, but her name. But one thing that got her name is Dirt in America now.
Her name been Dirt, fucking mud. Fuck her.
Nah, it's been that way for us. It's like that Cam line. Like, you can fool the rest of the world, long as New York knows. Like, he dissing Jay. Like, it's like you can you fool the rest of the world. The boxing fans, we know Katie Taylor is dirty as fuck with them headbutts. Like, but now the whole world knows.
You gotta love
it. I thought it was with the Cam line from that song "I Hate My Job," where he said, "All they did was Google me, no big mystery."
Yeah. If you Google Katie Taylor, you're gonna see something headbutt sooner or later.
We got a poll on that.
Oh,
well, Serrano was on her cannabis flow. I'm gonna let the whole world know the truth. Now the whole world know the truth about Katie Taylor.
But we did ask real quick. We did throw a poll out there, pause about who purposely throws the headbutts most out of these four fighters.
Mm-hmm.
We got Katie Taylor, obviously, Josh Warrington, Real Deal Holyfield, and Tim Bradley. 31 votes, 6 days, with 12% going to Timmy, 39% going for Evander Holyfield, 26% for Josh Warrington, and 23% for Katie. I voted Evander. But...
Yeah, Evander's the guy.
I mean,
Holyfield was the king of the fucking headbutt.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, I voted for Timmy because Timmy. That's why I hated Tim Bradley fights because he used to so fucking much. I used to get so annoyed watching his fights. Because he led with so
the thing is, I felt like Bradley's headbutts.
Timmy wasn't as blatant with it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, keep see what I'm like. His shit
a big head, guys. That's all it is.
He just had a bucket head that he kind of like knew how to use to his advantage. Sometimes, like he's like a random card that it's like a chance that just increases. But these other niggas, they literally know what the fuck they're doing. Like Bradley was just an accident that you just had to maneuver. Like it's a potential accident. Like somebody spilling coffee in the office or some shit. You're like let me just move around this. I don't want to bust my ass in here. Like
it was really the style of his combined with that fucking big ass head. If he had a smaller head, I don't think there would have been an issue. But his fucking head was so fucking big that you could not avoid it.
But that made him a target though. So because him jumping in there, bad niggas was countering the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah, the other three were way more blatant with their shit.
Yeah. Listen. Tyson doesn't get the Holyfield GF if Holyfield doesn't lead with it.
Thank you, dude. And you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. Like the only reason we even had this Twitter poll because like last night I had put up a damn on my IG story. I did a little meme in the gym on Sunday with the heavy bag being Katie Taylor and shit. And yeah, I had mad niggas laughing, responding, liking this shit, whatever. And then one nigga was like, like he was like, nah, man. Like he was like, damn, but what about Holyfield and Bradley? And I was like, man, Katie Taylor just as bad as all them niggas. It's just she she doesn't get the narrative behind it. Like no one really calls her out on it. Like, and I think because the bitch could barely like fucking run sentences together, niggas don't want to hear her talk. Eddie Hearn, niggas don't want to hear Eddie Hearn talk either, so they just let it go. But it's like she keep getting these decisions and she keep getting these bigger fights, and it's like wait a minute.
Maybe all the damn headbutts are why she can't string together coherent sentences. Maybe that has something to fucking do with it. Your brain is scrambled eggs.
So I was telling me and Duke were basically going back and forth a little bit, like respectfully, cool shit. Like you're a real dude, so. And I was just like, nah, man. Like Katie Taylor shit is just like her shit's blatant and just she's every bit as bad as Holyfield. I was like, Holyfield Ruiz 1 is still one of the dirtiest fights I've fucking seen in my life.
Hell yeah.
But Katie Taylor is like really getting up there now. And the thing is, what I was saying to the dude was earlier in her career, she didn't when her talent, the quick hands and the footwork was enough, she never did that shit. She would be rough on the inside, so it would happen sometimes, but it wasn't a main thing. But now, when she started fighting more talented people, more skilled people, bigger women, badder bitches coming for that title, she resorts to it, and now she does it where it's like her main weapon.
Yeah,
it's legit in her repertoire. Like, and that's every bit as up there as Holyfield, because everybody knew like Holyfield had a left hook and he got a fucking headbutt. Like she was doing the same shit. Dude, she was doing the same shit Holyfield did to Rockman. Holyfield fucking jab. Comes in with the left head with the headbutt. Throws the right hand after the fucking headbutt. That's a 3-piece. That's a 1, 2, 3, and there's no fucking left hook. Katie Taylor was literally jab, headbutt, fucking right hand, hold, clinch, and then she would walk 2 steps forward with the headbutt. That's even worse than Holyfield. Like she improved the Holyfield shit. Like, so fuck this dirty bitch, man.
Oh man, yeah. Katie Taylor's got all types of bars tonight, and truthfully, because like I said, she deserves it. Like but it's like, yes, it's gonna take by a special combination of like fuckery or boxing god, interference for her to actually to really truly fall. She's getting older, that's for sure. Because like it's just like Josh Morton. Josh Morton used to be able to keep up a high level of activity, but once he couldn't do that anymore, he got dirty. And Katie's the same way, got dirty. So it's like, and
even then, Josh Warrington doesn't resort to it like as bad as Katie does. Like, keep in mind, like Warrington was beating the shit out of Lee Wood. And I don't think he resorted to that, like, to save himself. So it's like Katie Taylor, like, that's her go-to. Like, oh my God, that's bad. Like, geez, like, enough of this. Like, we have one more Twitter poll, right, about like who they thought won the fight, right?
That'll be for Pilot to answer.
Hold on, let me see.
After that, we could get to the main event, debacle.
Debacle.
Yeah, debacle is the word for it. Yeah, it's just
okay. I got it. So we did ask with 35 votes, 4 days left. Who do you think won the rematch between Serrano and Katie Taylor? Again, 35 votes. Check us out at Ring Gang Radio, Twitter /X, Elon Zap, whatever you want to call it. With 63% going for Serrano, 8% at a draw, and 29% for Katie Taylor.
Hold on. How the fuck do you have it a draw when there was a point deduction? The math ain't mathing.
Because a lot of, let's just give it to the casual.
Dude, how the fuck you got Taylor winning? Let alone the draw.
That's a point in my system, man.
No, but with the draw,
a draw, bro. Like this,
but with how can you have it a draw? Well, like I said, there was a point deduction. So even if it's even 5 rounds, the point deduction would swing it to Serrano. So it don't make no fucking sense to have that shit a draw.
Yeah,
unless they had it 6 rounds for Taylor, and then the point deduction, and then that's how you give it a draw.
Hold on. If you have it 6 rounds for Taylor with the point deduction, then it's still 5-4. It's 10 rounds. 6 rounds for Taylor goes from 6-4 to 5-4.
Unless there's a 10-10 round or some shit.
Oh my! Don't give me that fucking 10-10 shit.
Obviously, unless Serrano got dropped or something.
There was no fucking round in that fight that it was a 10-10 round.
Either way, Taylor ain't win that shit. Can you give? Honestly, it's hard to give Taylor more than their 4 rounds. I can see 3 most, but 4 at the damn at the work. Niggas really giving her 7 and 8 rounds. I can't believe 29% voted for that shit. Yeah. And I know Clarissa Shields is just on some shading shit with that interview with the whole. She had Taylor winning, stop, come on. What the fuck y'all be watching?
Yeah, shit's ridiculous out there, yo. But yeah, though, what was more ridiculous though was the fucking main event, though. Now, I mean, admittedly,
this fucking dog and pony show. God damn.
Yeah, admittedly, everyone was pretty much just waiting for one Tyson uppercut to kind of relieve Jake Paul from his senses. At least one, like that. Even with the 14 ounces on and shit, 2-minute rounds or whatever. It was just. I mean, Tyson, he tried the first round. He came out, with some energy or whatever. But the heavy weed that dude be smoking, it hit him like a ton of bricks after that.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew he wasn't doing shit when they interviewed him backstage, and he was in the fucking Rikishi fucking outfit.
Why was the ass cheeks out though? What the fuck is that about?
Yeah. What was that all about?
That was weird.
No fucking idea. But I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting to see a dirty camera. That's a top rank thing. But when he's that got me literally on Facebook, there was there were people retweeting that shit. I was like,
that was probably. I mean, they probably did that on purpose, though, right? For whatever reason. No, they probably did that on purpose. Obviously,
So I mean, whoever didn't see this because their Netflix wasn't working should be thankful. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. Though I was like, what?
Funny, I don't know if people were trying to joke around and say it wasn't working until I saw his ass cheeks. The shit was because there were all the struggles going on during the Katie Taylor fight, and that was I felt like that's one of.
But the funny thing is, there was a lot of people complaining about their connection. I didn't start having any issues until the main event. The Taylor Serrano fight, I had 0 issues with my Netflix.
Oh, Kingpin, you missed Cedric the Entertainer trying to be funny, man. You didn't miss nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was just a choreography with Jake Paul and Tyson. You knew that there wasn't going to be much. They both looked like they was holding back, and the 58-year-old holding back is going to look bad, and the 27-year-old holding back is going to look bad. Jake Paul got these contracts where this nigga can't get knocked out. Niggas can't go all out. It can't be a tough fight. There's scripts and bro,
there's bows and head shakes.
Yeah, like it's so much shit going on. Like
it was the highest level cash grab you can have.
It was a high level business decision going on.
It was kind of crazy how blatant it was, but silly, but whatever.
I don't even care because we survived Mayweather Pacquiao, which was damn near the same thing, really. And you got less of the interaction and engagement with the boxing community than you did with that fight.
Yeah.
It's like, like it's sad, if you're like the big names of the sport and y'all doing press conferences that are closed out to the public, you finally giving us a super fight and this is how you give it to us. Like that whole promotion just felt like here, nigga, damn me. Like, it's just, nigga, damn, here. Like, here's the fight. And it's like, little shit like that just adds up, and it creates niggas like Jake Paul, and he started putting his sauce on shit, pause, and he bring niggas like Tyson out from the grave, and you put one and one together, and you get this.
Yeah, you definitely get this. Like I said,
Tyson, the head movement was still better than shit. Damn near half the niggas we talk about weekly.
Yeah, because it was because like it looked like Jake Paul was actually. Although Jake Paul did hit Tyson at times, it felt like he didn't know what to do, even with 50 doing head feints and shit like that, just doing little shit. Even though Tyson was not. He wasn't moving steady. Like he had the knee brace on and everything like that, and was still able to confuse Jake Paul with head movement, which is crazy.
Facts. And then it's like the footwork, like his legs were done. So on the chance occasions that he did get there in front of Jake Paul, it's like he wouldn't throw punches, and it's like he held himself from. So it's like I know it was like. It was like a worse than that Teddy Atlas comment when he's always like they made the silent agreement. Mm-hmm. Like these niggas made the silent agreement in some boardroom months ago.
Yeah,
the silent agreement didn't happen in the fight
because like before, because Jake Paul, for whatever his motivation and it's wild to me. Like I mean, usually I would say an influencer would stay an influencer because he has a market. Fighting MMA fighters or basketball players or whoever the fuck wants to get rid of them, but he wants to be known as a legitimate boxer. But so he does all these backdoor things, to try to get this distinction, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna.
There's nothing silent about that. I don't think there's nothing silent about that agreement. Good and well that they had something,
Yeah, because if Jake Paul gets knocked out by 50-year-old Mike Tyson, you can't take him seriously as a boxer.
If you want that $20 million, so what do you think he was biting his glove besides having a biting fixation?
No, he does. He's done that. He's done
that before. He's done that before.
He's done that for years. No, my problem with the fight, guys, was it just felt like it just really felt like an exhibition after the second round. It's just like, what is this?
Because it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the worst thing is though, instead of calling it as an exhibition, it's now Jake Paul has a decision win over Mike Tyson on his record, which is the worst thing about the whole thing to me. I'm just like, you've got like it looks bad because Mike Tyson's already in the Hall of Fame. It
don't really look bad like that.
It's no worse than Danny Lewis or Kevin McBride at this point. Let's be real here.
Yeah, like it can't get any more embarrassing. Like it's. And honestly, like, I just felt like it was like I kind of feel like Tyson just kind of gave the sport a boost a little bit in a way.
I mean, it's no worse than fucking Holyfield having a loss on his resume to Vito Belfort. So
he actually doesn't.
He doesn't.
And the thing is, that was way more embarrassing.
I mean, I thought it was bad. Roy Jones having a loss on his box rec to Anthony Pettis, MMA fighter.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But
that's bad.
Big Paul and Mike Tyson's.
Wait, why isn't the L on Holyfield's resume, Pat? It wasn't sanctioned, or hold on?
I wasn't saying that was exhibition.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, King P, that was a MAGA rally, man. No, listen, that was that card.
Trump was calling that shit.
Yeah, I mean that was the last time I ever fucked with Triller because Triller decided to instead of it being like this cool outlaw ECW type thing, it turned into a whole MAGA thing, and yeah, I was done with that. After.
Yeah, UFC Junior.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that shit. Triller killed itself, and it's a damn shame too because they killed a good thing because they.
Wait, you said Triller was going to be the ECW.
I mean, it was like yet Oscar going on there just blissed out of his mind. Saying,
I mean, it did have an edge, but it needed the right fights to keep happening. And once the TO shit ain't happening, or so much shit was going on, it just wasn't worth it. I'm all about competition. As far as I'm concerned, hold on, sir. I think we got a Twitter poll for this one too. Because there ain't too much really to talk about the Jake Paul fight with Tyson, the actual fight.
Nothing happened.
Jake Paul, nothing happened. Although Jake did look like he was on that Michael's secret stuff type shit. I don't know what the fuck. What his supplier was giving him, but yeah, he was definitely on some shit.
It's modern medicine, guys. What are we talking about here? It's just modern medicine.
And pilot. Oh, my bad, LB.
My fault. Are you gonna say? I would ask you. Want to segue real quick into was it a success or not?
Well, no, I just want to say fuck Logan Paul too for actually trying to talk shit to Mike Tyson after the fight too because he was like,
"Hey, motherfucker, I'll kill you." No, you wouldn't. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, stop.
He was in his wrestling bag. He's a wrestler now. So he
was in his disrespectful cracker bag with that. It was just so uncalled for because most people were just at the end. They were just on some okay, we seen Tyson still have a glimmer of his head movement. He landed a few shots. Jake Paul, the younger guy, he moved around. He didn't really want to go too hard, but he did try because that nigga was missing a lot. So the overall public saw something, and that was that. Nobody got hurt. So Logan Paul ain't have to have that energy when everybody just kind of was just like, okay, we seen some Mexicans go at it. Taylor Serrano, the biggest competitive women's event ever in the history of the world. And we get to see Tyson, fuck around with his YouTuber. That's it. Logan Paul come with that disrespectful ass bullshit. I'll kill you, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
We've seen you fight before. You ain't killing shit.
Bro, goddamn welterweight had you out on your feet. The fuck?
Yeah, it was just like Logan Paul was like, keep your ass in the WWE ring, whatever, unless you want to, get back in the ring and actually get your ass whooped in there. He can't even win a fight he can't even win a one clear boxing match, but he's want to talk shit.
Yeah, dude, get out of here, bro. His defense worse than Jake Paul.
Right.
At least Jake Paul will have his hands up sometimes. Logan is just Logan can't it's crazy how he the one got all this shit started.
Yeah, Logan can't even throw a fucking punch. He can't even throw a punch correctly.
All he could throw was the jab, but then he regressed and he could barely do that now.
Yeah, because he's on the WWE schedule, so he's taking that shit that's gassing him out. So it's he can't do that.
He ain't even wrestling. He ain't even wrestling WWE that much. He's on the fucking part-timer schedule where he wrestles 3 times a year. That motherfucker ain't busy. He free. He doing some other fucking shit. Doing his little fucking podcasting and shit. Yeah. Fuck that fucking impulsive shit.
Podcast.
But I admit, though, he's not terrible in the ring. When I be watching the big pay-per-views, he be kind of going off a little bit like a high flyer.
No, he does not. He's overrated in fucking wrestling too. He's just a fucking spot monkey. Fuck him.
But he be doing some he can take some risks some wrestlers won't take. That's all.
I mean, he obviously a better wrestler than a boxer. You're trying to say that? Yes, I agree.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, he is. Yeah, I mean, wrestling is his base anyway. He does that. Yeah, he doesn't have no hands. That's his problem. He has nothing.
But boxing is just this. Boxing is like hip hop. it's the gateway to success in a way where it don't really have to be you. You don't have to be talented, but if you got some type of gimmick or you could market yourself or make the right move or two, you can use boxing or hip hop as a way to get more prominence, more clout, more money, opportunities,
followers, a family,
followers, all that shit. And that's how these niggas he had to use boxing to get where he at. Like nigga ain't do wrestling first. Niggas don't clout face UFC. Niggas don't. Well, I'm gonna just run up and do some stupid shit here, and I'll blow up. Nah. In boxing, you can do that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't those stupid ass Vine videos they were doing back in the day.
Yeah.
God.
Like it's just they leverage in boxing in a good way. Like they help themselves. Like they trickle down and help the sport of boxing. I'll give them that. You know what I mean? Because you know,
I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of talking about these. I'm tired of talking about these crackers from Sticksville, Ohio. Fuck them. Next.
Hold on. What's the Twitter poll?
We do have a Twitter poll.
We can wrap this shit up.
Hold on, one second. Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir. Hear ye.
And the worst part is, fuck Jake Paul. He gonna keep all his fucking money that he made because he lived in Puerto Rico. They don't tax him. Fuck him.
No, they do. They tax him.
No, they do tax him, but he's only getting taxed like like $2.5 million taken out of like 60 million.
More cheese. All right, so
I did ask. You make it 60. Damn.
So we did ask, as a whole, do you think the Netflix boxing event with Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson was a success? Surprisingly, 41% says yes. 59% says no, it was not a success.
What are we basing success on?
If they can stay online to watch the fight or not.
Production issues was the biggest thing for the card. Like that's literally the production was not good. It wasn't.
That's a good point, Marquise. That's a great point.
Yeah, like
I mean, this was like some old school Napster shit, guys. Like it was rough.
I mean, there's memes about this shit. Instagram, Twitter, like there's whole people. That was the biggest thing about the event. So, and usually nothing pisses off people more than not being able to see something because it's buffed. I mean, that'd probably be the biggest.
I mean, it don't have to be perfect to be a success, though. Like this shit was more talked about than the fucking Super Bowl, nigga.
Don't go there. But
no. I'm gonna go there, bro. I'm gonna go there. You know goddamn well this was more talked about than the Super Bowl.
Nah.
Especially on Twitter.
If it was NBA, I'd let you slide on that one, but ain't not.
Nah, you know it. You don't want to, dude, bro. This shit was definitely a success, nigga. It wasn't perfect, but it was a success, nigga.
A lot of folks want to see Jake Paul get knocked out by an elderly man, and it obviously didn't happen. But
whenever you can get 60 million homes in one country or around the world, wherever you can get 60 million homes to watch something, that's a success. And then everybody's randomly hitting you up. Like, that's definitely a success. I feel like only hardcore boxing fans would say this is not a success. Because they don't like the whole spectacle of it. But I feel like we got the bullshit. The casuals got their bullshit. They got the buzz for the event. And we still got 2 real good fucking fights.
Two fights out of like, what, 8 or 7? That's the thing.
Hold on, so Katie Taylor Serrano 2, 1 through 10. That wasn't a fight of the year?
I said 2 good fights out of like 7. I'm not talking about.
Nigga, I'm just talking about the Netflix shit, not the fucking YouTube shit. Fuck a YouTube preliminary shit, nigga. I'm talking about the main shit.
The event, though, like people have their criteria. Like you can't just say hardcore.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's part of the event, dude. That part, dude. Don't even like if you go there. that makes it even worse because you had 800,000 people watching that shit. That's way more than the Zone and Top Rank be pulling in on their fucking ESPN Plus. Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, all of this is a win for boxing. I don't know how this is not a success.
Because
preliminaries had 800K watching, bro.
For boxing, it's a win for the Paul brothers, for Jake Paul, because it's more.
Whenever you get all these eyes on boxing, how is that a loss?
Because there's no trickle down effect to what's going on in boxing today. Like, absolutely none. It's like a one time.
That's the boxer's fault, bro.
It's like saying, you know, Pacquiao and Floyd was a huge success, but what was the trickle down effect? Nothing. Like, literally nothing.
I mean, it's going to take more than one fight to cause a trickle down effect. Like, that's a bigger issue.
Because the Jake Paul Mike Perry shit didn't sell shit because of the cancellation. So they have to do this. So what's gonna be? So how's this gonna? What's gonna be thick now? Are people gonna tune into Jake Paul's card in December? Are people gonna?
Dude, no other women's sporting event had this many eyes on it.
Okay, are they gonna fight again? Are they gonna fight again on Walmart? Are they gonna fight again on Netflix? That's the problem. Are they going to fight again on Netflix? What's going to be the next step? Like, are they going to go back?
Dude, Netflix already came out and said that they would bid for fights if it involves the right people, like Canelo, Ryan Garcia.
What did you say, Pilot?
I was gonna say, I think it's more so it is a success for Netflix because I mentioned earlier, you know, Christmas Day they're gonna have a boxing for the first time, and they got WWE coming up. They're getting
Super Bowl. They're doing Super Bowl on Netflix. So not Super Bowl, NFL on Netflix.
I have to tell you, they're doing a game on Christmas with I think Beyonce doing halftime. That's all.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, like, this is a beta testing for it. You know?
Yeah, look at the comments, Rob. Huge success. Even the main event. Even though the main event was gimmick, Android never been hit up by so many casuals. This was more than Maymack and Mayweather Pacquiao.
Who's Maymack?
Close.
But what's it? But how's it gonna?
Dude, this definitely has more buzz than both them fights. Get the fuck out of here.
How's it gonna benefit American boxing? What's the trickle down effect?
How did Mayweather Pacquiao affect American boxing?
Hold up, bro. There's not one.
How did Bivol affect boxing?
Dude. There's not one single fight that's gonna change the landscape of boxing. That's
what I'm saying.
Thank you.
I know it's not going. It's not gonna change anything.
So why you keep asking, nigga?
What's gonna happen? What's Top Rank gonna do?
Keep asking this shit.
Okay, are we gonna have any boxing on American TV? No. It's going. Give me on streaming.
No, I get it. I get it.
That has nothing to do with this one singular event being a success.
I get it. No, listen, Pat. I get what you're saying, but for the whole landscape of boxing to change like that, you need to change the whole fucking infrastructure.
This is short term. What we're talking about. It's not long term. It's not gonna do anything. Eyes for a couple.
It's a short term question, nigga.
Yeah,
you voted no, right?
And it's going to be forgotten. It's going to be forgotten like Mayweather McGregor's forgotten. Android, you know you can't convince me on anything because
I actually like Android's comment. I like Android's comment.
Let me get the Android comment. Hold on. First, Rob, my dad, that super casuals even mentioning the fight just because Tyson. There you go, Pat. The trickle down effect for these are bigger rights deals. Look at the effect Maymack had. Led to TR on ESPN, PBC on Fox, Sony up and the birth of the Zone.
The Zone owns all the entities now, but the Zone is not the future, they say.
It's not when only 1.5 people, 1.5 million seen the first Katie Serrano fight.
PBC on Fox is dead. PBC on Showtime is dead. And that's even more, that's egregious that Showtime is gone. TR is about to be taken off ESPN by the summer of 2025.
But that's the sport of boxing being boxing. A lot of the power brokers, dude, look, you got to understand, boxing in a sense is almost ran like the country is. Like, it's capitalism. Like, the top niggas is squeezing everything that they could get, and what's trickling down for everybody else is like maybe 25%, and everybody's cutthroat for that 25%. And so you lead the shit like these boxers and the promoters and managers not allowing guys to fight certain fights, and you got these people on Twitter and saying, "Hey, you never ran an event, so how you gonna say if this fight's a big fight?" and all that bullshit rhetoric, dude. Like, that's boxing being boxing. Like, there ain't no best fighting the best like that. That's going to be a big, crazy event that niggas is promoting, because they don't even do that.
Exactly. But that's why I'm just trying to feel. I'm failing to understand how this benefits it's anything other than in the short term.
Because look, it benefits boxing because it put more eyes on the sport of boxing. Whenever you have more eyes on the sport of boxing and it's a success, or people are talking about it and it's generally positive, it lingers in a way where the next time there's a significant fight or a big fight, they might be more in tune to get that shit a chance.
Let's be honest. One of the issues is that, one of the issues with boxing is boxing has a hard time capitalizing on the momentum of these type of events, if we're really being honest.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
that point, I understand because
Tank Ryan Garcia, for example, Tank has fought once since then. It's like Ryan Garcia had his fight, but that sold 1.2 million in this climate. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Tank's
not playing until February.
And that's boxing being boxing. That's all it is. Like, Pat, I ain't gonna lie. The way you think, bro, you couldn't grow the sport of boxing. Like,
sorry, casuals don't grow the sport of boxing because they have a
get
limit.
the fuck out. What do you mean casuals don't grow the sport of boxing?
Well, let's put it this way, bro.
They're the lifeblood of it. Yeah, you can't do everything in this fucking hardcore bubble and still expand the sport.
Because casuals tell me a lot of nonsense. Casuals tell me that Crawford will lose to Spence. Casuals will tell me that Monster is shit.
Oh my God, bro! Look, bro, you're taking it the wrong way.
But all that shit fuels the fire that keeps the shit going.
Casual nonsense, because
thank you, bro. No, look, nigga, nobody is asking you to take casual opinions serious.
I don't take casual serious. Like
you want casual energy fuels the sport, just like Rome just made a good point. It's the casual energy that fuels the sport. A lot of times it could be misguided. They might say some stupid shit.
They say it a lot of times.
There's sometimes casuals get it right. Look, for example, boxing media as a whole and the hardcore boxing fans as a whole weren't really calling out Katie Taylor with the headbutting. Now that enough people now seen her biggest fight, where now people are like, God damn, like, how she got away with this shit? Like, like, now people are talking about it. That's a good thing.
That's just not how I operate, bro. I can't do that.
Because you're looking at it on a fucking surface level. You're looking at it on just a fucking.
No, I look at it at a level that as like I look at it as what's going on.
You're looking at arguments between individual people. I'm looking at it like,
I look at
boxing,
a big picture. I look at American boxing scene right now, where 80% of the shit right now is on DAZN right now. DAZN is the only entity pumping money into actual boxing, whereas ESPN has completely failed.
And to what end? How many people seen it? Dude, get the fuck out of here with your goddamn. 94% of your fans don't exist.
I'm seeing the business of boxing literally as it happened. That's
motherfucking like, dude. You're comparing.
Yeah,
I'm
seeing something that actually is
Cool J on tour to fucking cannabis rapping at niggas' proms.
I'm seeing something that's not fairy tales. I'm seeing something that's tangible. What's happening? and I haven't. And so far, it's like okay, my eyes are seeing somebody's pumping money.
And that's why we'll have a bunch of fucking Latinos fighting in a goddamn desert in fucking Saudi Arabia,
which had better fights.
That only fucking 12,000 people seen.
Yeah, and I was entertained. Yeah, the biggest fights, Casilla Corrales had 3,000.
You need all of this to grow the sport.
How the crowds. Corrales Castillo had 3,000 people in the fucking Las Vegas arena. No one talks about the fucking crowd. How it was because it wasn't, 90,000.
The crowd, dude, the crowd was great, bro. It's not the same fight if niggas.
It's the exact example because I told you I can rattle off a whole bunch of great fights that didn't have great crowds or whatever. But people remember the fights. Okay,
tell me. Tell me these pandemic fights that you just happen to remember, nigga.
I'm a hardcore. I remember all of them.
I know. That's what I'm saying, nigga.
Shit, Barancek and Zepeda is better than any fucking fight that I've seen from any iteration this year.
Yeah, of course, nigga. Nigga, you just named literally a top 5 greatest fight of all time.
I literally named a fight. You know what I'm saying? So,
nigga, you named the fight.
No,
that's like a nigga's like, hey yo, that's like a new boxing fan. Tell me a good heavyweight fight, and the nigga's like, Thriller and Manila.
A good heavyweight. What are you talking about? Compare? I mean, so I'm gonna look at the crowd. Hey, Tyson Holyfield. Hey, Bo and Holyfield. Hey, Bo Galata. Hey, the crowd is not what's supposed to be. Ooh, takes away from the. No one's gonna talk about that shit. That sounds stupid to me.
Man, you just a fucking goddamn the zone, nigga. You just a zone movie, nigga.
Imagine me.
I'm gonna call you Pattistan, nigga.
Ooh, the
fucking Pattistan. You stand them niggas.
Is the fight good? No. Ooh, Jake Paul. Ooh, there's celebrities in there. They're on their phones. They're not watching the ring.
Dude, we don't care, dude.
You don't care.
200 million people just seen Taylor Serrano.
I don't care about streaming numbers. That's the thing. Why do I care about streaming numbers? Why do I care?
I care about it because it legitimizes a sport that we love, and it gets it out of the niche category that y'all try to desperately keep it in.
Good fights. Why do I care about streaming numbers? Is the fights good? If the fights aren't good, why do I need to talk about it? I'm going to tell you, it's just trash.
I get the whole hip hop album analogy, but it's not the same.
It's weirdo shit. Imagine me if I go to a boxing gym and tell niggas. I talk. You're from a boxing gym environment like I am. Am I gonna talk if I talk to some OGs, talk about this is the fight there. Am I gonna bring up what about the crowds in them fights? Niggas will laugh at you. I just say, what the fuck are you talking about, young?
Nah, they wouldn't laugh. They would be like, yeah.
They would say, what the fuck are you talking about?
I need some crowd hypes, nigga. I don't need these.
You need most people.
12 niggas on camels watching a fucking one fight, nigga.
Well, that's why the poll says people that event was a no. People have the reasons. People.
Dude, too many people. The numbers spoke, bro.
But
the numbers spoke. We know the event is a success.
There's two sides to a story.
These are Fix and Giggles Twitter polls, bro.
There's two sides to a story, bro. The people that actually replied to their both said no, it's not it's no. There's two sides to a story. People you can say streaming services, but what does it do? Y'all
gotta take. What does it do? You gotta take the hate. It's too many niggas that just hate.
No, you just.
Yes, it is. That's like me saying. As much as I don't like Drake, I could admit he's had a successful career.
You don't want to ask these questions because you want the American boxing scene to be popping again. But it's
hold on. Ask me the questions. Well, ask me the questions. Ask me.
I'm not.
What you want me to answer?
What am I asking you? I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. You want the American boxing scene to be popping, so that's why it's we have.
What do you mean? Of course, who does, dude?
Yeah.
American boxing is popular. Worldwide boxing is popular.
But then it becomes what do we want popping? Do we want American boxing where the actual fights, where the fights are being carried, or do we want sideshow shit?
Blame your American boxers, nigga. But blame Canelo for not fighting Benavidez.
Has no.
It's like we said, dude.
For boxing to actually try to actually be, Dude,
all this shit is boxing problems.
Nigga,
all this shit is boxing being boxing.
Nigga, I'd rather call Canelo and Tank the face of boxing than a Dodge a sideshow act, bro. Like seriously, because they're at least boxing.
Okay, I'm gonna ask each one of y'all this. I'm gonna go down the fucking panel on this.
He just gave Tank props. Hold on a minute.
I know, dude. You see how bad? You know this nigga's hating so bad. He gotta find a way to give Tank props.
No, it's not hating. You just hating. It's just what
you know how bad that is.
It sounds.
Hey, listen, I got a question for each of y'all.
Look at the.
Now hold on, wait. This is confirmed.
Like, what are we talking about? Why is there production issues? Like, there's a whole.
I got you. All right, nigga, let me ask my question.
All right,
each person. I'm gonna ask you first, and then we gonna ask. No, I'm gonna ask you last, nigga. You done said enough. I'm our guest, Marquise.
Yes, sir.
One question.
All right.
Which event did more good for boxing as a whole? In your honest, humble opinion, trickle down effects, everything, after effects, special effects, everything.
It's Netflix. What are we doing? It's Netflix.
Seriously. I mean, listen, leg brace and all. It's this fight was this past Friday, guys. I mean, it is what it is.
All right. So Canelo versus Berlanga, or the Jake Paul versus Tyson event?
Oh, it's Tyson Paul. It's not even close.
Rome. Which event was more important, bigger impact boxing? Same question.
What were the options?
Canelo Berlanga or Tyson Paul?
What the fuck do you think?
King P. Same question. Pilot, same question.
Yeah, obviously it would be Jake Paul and Mike Tyson Netflix for sure. Yeah. Obviously.
Oh, okay.
Even though it did have a Netflix ending,
it sure the hell did.
Yeah, that did. It wouldn't be Netflix if it did it. So, Pat, what's your honest? You answer now.
I mean,
same question.
In this particular case, I mean, they both sold, but people didn't talk. People hated Canelo Berlanga. People like Jake Paul. Shit, it has to be that.
Oh, okay, all right. I rest my case.
You compared a fight that
no. I gave you a face of boxing against a nigga who look. Both of these were fights that didn't need to happen. Everybody knew Berlanga wasn't shit. Didn't deserve a Canelo fight, but Canelo's a face of boxing. We all know Jake Paul done lost a goddamn Tommy Fury. He ain't shit. Tyson's 58 and he looking older than he was at 54 because obviously he's fucking older. So we knew both fights were shit, but somehow one event was just fucking better. And
we can say that Mike Tyson.
You do feel like they did? Do you feel like they had some Showtime or PBC production team? Because I did get some vibes of the presentation wise. It was like done by like Showtime or something.
Yeah, the lighting was good. You saw a bright production, bro.
Not just dark ass middle how they do the in between trailers of some fights or something. It did give off like it was the Showtime vibe. It felt like.
No, it felt like it was. It felt like it was cookie cutter. That was the whole thing. Like it didn't feel like when Triller did. When Triller did Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, they actually got people that did the HBO production. That shit was clean and it was different. This one, it felt like it just felt like show. It felt like a Showtime offshoot. Except it wasn't as clean.
This nigga Pat acting like this nigga Pat acting like Showtime people.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, you can't say it was clean. The production was not clean.
They had Morrow, they had Morrow there. You could tell.
Yeah.
So hold on, a cookie cutter production was more impactful than the pound for pound Canelo and Berlanga. Nigga, okay, yeah, like.
No,
but this shit wasn't a success.
No, the production was not. It wasn't anything special. It was cookie cutter. It wasn't anything special.
You can be a success with bad production. Cannabis went gold, nigga.
Yeah, and that's why, and that's
why
everyone signed to the zone, even with their production quote unquote issues.
Yeah, so we could get 50 niggas to see these motherfuckers fight. Like, okay, yeah.
I mean, Top Rank will probably be on there, and then then PBC will be on Prime, and then we'll be wondering.
150 niggas could see they fights.
Yeah, because Netflix.
Dude, you literally want boxing as a whole to be signed to fucking Koch Records.
Yeah, unless Netflix actually goes into boxing, it's not. I mean, nothing's gonna come of this. Like, unless Netflix.
Dude, all Netflix need to do is just make some big events once or twice a year. Yeah, they gotta do nothing else.
Yeah,
because look, boxing has just sorted itself out to where you need a Netflix every weekend or every month.
Boxing doesn't need a 1 or 2 events. Boxing needs something consistent. This is the reason why boxing.
Dude, boxers aren't giving you nothing consistent. Remember I said, look, on the previous podcast, I was like, yo, this is the thing with boxing. Boxing doesn't have a next consensus big fight to take advantage of this. And remember I said, it should be Canelo Benavidez. But that's not happening. So once you remove that fight, there is no big consensus mainstream fight that's next. That's right there, next, right there that you could be like, yeah, all right. So I think you could put Devin Haney and Boots together and that'll be $2 million or $1 million or some shit. Everybody lose their mind. Boxing doesn't have that right now. And that's boxing's fault. That's not Netflix's fault.
Who's saying about Netflix? I'm saying like we need.
But you're blaming Netflix when you say there's no trickle down effect. It's not going to do anything. It's one night. Like, nigga, what are you doing?
We need actual boxing content that's actually like weekly or bi-weekly or something like that, or even monthly. Not like
somebody else could do that, nigga.
Not a goddamn one-off. We went through the one-offs in the 90s with Fox doing the one-offs. Like they don't lead to anything. Like it just leads to short-term shit.
All you need is more one-offs. It's just you need mega event one-offs.
Yeah, you don't need 1 or 2 like Netflix for the year. Like no,
these niggas, if the boxers you stand would take advantage of the damn opportunities, like all these niggas. Look, Canelo Berlanga. Look, because of Canelo Berlanga went on a fucking victory failure lap tour. Like, bro. Like, really?
Well, yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Come on.
Yeah, you act like I actually shitted on that fight. So I don't know why you're telling me, nigga. Like I shitted on.
But this is boxing being boxing.
Yeah, I should. Look.
And we see the trickle down effect Canelo has. Fucking the John Ryder, these other niggas, Munguia,
Smith,
Callum, like you see these garbage ass fights.
Billy Joe,
and then Jake Paul giving us goddamn Serrano fights. Shit.
Yeah, but
he tried to give us Medacia Green. Like, what is Canelo bringing us besides a goddamn camp full of motherfuckers who can't pass damn drug screens?
What Envy Healdrum do to you, man?
I'm just saying, like, if that nigga did something to me, Netflix did something to Pat. Fuck that. But nah, we don't talk enough about this. Ain't nothing else to say. Pat's a fucking hater, nigga. Let's talk about this goddamn.
Nothing's gonna
change. In the heat of the night, fucking Latin card and fucking Saudi Arabia.
Change. Like 6 months from now, you're gonna be bitching because you don't know anybody, you don't know any of these new niggas. Like, and you're gonna be like, oh, where's the big fights? 6 months, I guarantee.
Nigga, nobody knows these new niggas.
Nah, I guarantee you, and we should. And if I think too, it's like, and that's where casual bubble comes in. There, it's out there. Like Jake Paul has a whole roster. I bet you no one's gonna be watching this next card in December. Because even with this momentum and all, so it's like, yeah, I mean,
That's a boxing problem.
No, it's not a boxing problem. It's what happens.
That always happens. You think niggas was watching the money team niggas when they weren't on a Floyd undercard?
Yeah, like there's not gonna be a Netflix.
Hell no. Maybe one or two, but for the most part, it was like, nah, like y'all like some Wu Gambino niggas, y'all sons of man ass niggas, like yeah, like we fucking with Wu Tang. And we'll give you Killer Army, nigga. Like we'll give you Badu back in 10, nigga.
Really, that's what's gonna happen 6 months down the line. Well, not for Pilot, because Pilot actually watches this shit like I do. You know, so it's
nigga, dude, what the fuck, nigga? Because I be out here actually training and trying to expand boxing on the grassroots, nigga.
Yeah, you'll be talking about
y'all talking about some unknown nigga because some promoter is promoting him in front of some goddamn pandemic ballroom.
Nigga, they promoting in your state. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga.
This nigga talking about fucking
you should actually
the zone fights.
Jake Paul makes
with goddamn 12 investors watching.
Yo, Jake Paul is in your state. Yo, you should actually know your scene.
Nigga, that was Orlando. Nigga ain't going no fucking Orlando. Like, nigga.
Yeah, you should actually know your scene. You should actually grow boxing by actually going.
They should actually grow boxing down here in the fucking South Florida. Like,
well, Pro Box actually does. Pro Box is literally the only thing that actually does do.
That ain't in South Florida. That's like Central Florida.
Itty bitty Plant City, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like anything that Palm Beach down, not Palm Beach, anything from Boca down is South Florida. Like if you above that, if you above Boca, chill, nigga. If motherfuckers got a damn rent a room to see the fight that night, yeah, you too far.
You too far.
Like that ain't no, all right, let's hit the turnpike, 40-minute drive, 50-minute drive tops type shit, nigga. Nah.
No, you taking the turnpike and then you get off at the end of it.
Yeah. Nigga talk about this. Yeah, like learn Florida landscape. Nigga be on some like, oh yeah, we got Keith Thurman fighting in Key West. Like, you think you and Rome could get there? Like, no.
Just got.
But nah, man, let's talk about your Saudi Arabia card, your fucking Latin Kings card in fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I mean, they had better fights. They had fight of the year candidates on there too.
I just wish more than 5 people seen them shits.
Yeah, they're better. Like I said, they're better fights. I don't know what that's what
honestly, I'm not mad at it because it made for a better weekend of boxing. Like,
yeah.
I'm not.
It made the day better. Like, dude, that's like saying, "Hey, nigga, why you eat all the pizza? You know we got ribs left here too." Like,
I'm glad Oscar and also Michael Buffer, who has really actually both mentioned, had their little snide jabs at that. Yeah, real boxing, that's what it was.
That shit was stupid. That shit was a stupid little jab. Like,
thank you.
That's an OG, like if he has to say it, he has to say it.
No. I fuck with Michael Buffer. He a GOAT, but he was play hating hard.
Yeah.
I don't think he has to play hate on anything. That motherfucker gets paid.
Yeah, he wasn't on Netflix. He wasn't on the biggest platform for boxing ever.
I don't
he's in some fucking desert.
Worry about that. Not about ever. Like Michael Buffer.
Dude, Michael Buffer is still a legend. He's still an all-time great. But the fact of the matter is,
I honestly don't think
he wasn't on the biggest boxing event history.
I doubt that he loses sleep over not being on a Jake Paul card. Like, seriously, what are we talking about?
Nah, he's almost a fucking billionaire. He better not lose sleep.
I mean,
if you're talking wasn't a part of the biggest night of boxing.
I mean, if you talk about Bruce Buffer, sure, he might be. Maybe he might be just. Bruce Buffer might be just, but not Michael Buffer.
Fuck Bruce. Hey, who's saying about him? Fuck Bruce.
He's like, I'm stuck here in this desert calling this fight in front of 25 people. Shit.
Yeah, no, but all except for one of the fights, delivered. And of course, it was the fight that most people thought it wouldn't deliver because a lot of issues. The opener though, I don't know what His Excellency is thinking about trying to get that Saudi cat on there though, but he failed on the Crawford card, and again he had jobbers. The jobber that they had on there has no knockouts, was beating the fuck out of him as usual, and he would. And I don't know. And again, the Saudi they won't let him lose. They're like, okay, this is a draw, even though that jobber cat clearly won. Like. I was like, yeah, like they need to stop putting him on openers. I get it. You probably want to pop off. He's trained by Buddy McGirt. Buddy probably needs to drop, dude, because he just simply doesn't. Yeah, he's not.
You don't understand. Buddy can't drop, dude.
He probably. I mean, he probably.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand, my friend. He cannot drop him as a fighter.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, though, but I just like that dude is worthless.
This is one of those. Hey man, I know you've been in the studio for a minute, but I need you to do a song with my man's here, and it's like, yeah, this nigga.
Oh man, Silk again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I need you to do a song with this nigga. It's like, oh fuck, like, yeah, like they literally. I need you to train this dude, buddy. I need you to train like you. That nigga put an arm on his shoulder. I need you to train this dude. Like, nigga, ain't no fucking way. That nigga struggling as hell.
Yeah, pure struggle. Like, again, the draw saved him, and it's just like, oh well, he's gonna be playing more cards, and eventually some jobber's gonna knock him out at some point. Because you're not supposed to be struggling with this level. I mean, Jake Paul would knock out those jobbers. Those level of jobbers. It's like, come on. Like, this guy.
Well, I missed the first fight, but it was a complete robbery, huh?
It was a robbery, yeah. He shouldn't have won. Again, it's just a Crawford card. But like I said, they keep trotting him out there. Eventually, he's gonna take him out. And then the next one, which was probably very close to fight of the year, if not a fight of the year candidate, with Bakhtiar Akhmadov and Oscar Duarte. They were throwing fucking hands for 10 rounds. Like, that shit was no fucking joke. I honestly don't know how Duarte makes weight, because that motherfucker is like, I don't know what it is. Like,
he was at 135 before. He was at 135. So
yeah, he was at 130. Then he was at 140. I think this one was at because Akhmadov was replacing Kenneth Sims, and that was a good fight too. But Kenneth Sims had a knee injury, so they called Akhmadov, who was training for another fight. And I think they kind of accommodated by having it it was at welterweight limit. It wasn't at 147, it's like 142 or some shit like that. But yeah, no. Duarte.
I think Duarte, he's like Mario Barrios. Like, he's a big dude. Like, he'll end up being at 147 sooner or later.
And then, of course, they had to have one wide score so the fucking crowd, no offense to you, Pat, that always says Akhmadov loses every close fight he's in. They have a reason to bitch him up.
That shit killed my fucking parlay. I would have won if it wasn't for that fight. But you know what? It's my fucking fault for fucking thinking that the fucking bridesmaid would finally get a fucking decision and would finally get picked. But once again, guys like Bakhtiar Akhmadov, always the bridesmaid, never the fucking bride.
Yeah, that fight killed my parlays too. But I mean,
y'all was really picking this, like, because that guy, he hit on my parlay. Y'all niggas wild.
He's like the 140.
Yes, I was picking him.
He's the 140 Derevchenko.
Y'all be listening to Pat bitch and moan about this nigga too much, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, let's put it this way.
Look what y'all did. Like, come on.
I mean, it wasn't like it was an easy fight. Duarte was getting heat, like
he made it tough. He was.
Yeah,
it was competitive, but the A side was
going to win. His power kept him in that fight.
But you knew the A side was going to win. The A side, because
the power, because Duarte's power definitely got to Akhmadov later in the fight. Like, although he didn't drop. There was at least 2 or 3 times where you could say Akhmadov like wobble, but then that just made Akhmadov fight back harder. So
he get wobbled again.
Yeah.
But Akhmadov, he's basically the 140 Derevchenko, the male Michaela Mayer minus the big win.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I have no problem with Duarte winning, but that 98-92 wasn't the fight. Like, the only 96-94 was like, that was probably the only score that was actually like, that was the fight. Like 96-94, somewhere around
97-93 maybe, but it's like
Yeah, so that's why it just makes it because when I heard that I was like, oh shit, my parlays are about to be busted because I know they're not gonna let Akhmedov win by those type of scores. Not in this world.
Not over there.
Yeah. But that was a hard fucking fight though. I was like, that shit was Akhmedov. I don't know. Like I said, it's basically Akhmedov's gonna have to start. I mean, he has power. Like I don't understand, but he's gonna have to like really start. I don't know. Something has to be tweaked. Or he has to really put somebody away or something. He's got to damn near try to kill somebody to get a decision, like some shit like that. Because either that or he's gonna be like Derevyanchenko. He's gonna run into that one fight that's good. That could break him.
It's the defense that gets him. Like for as great as he moves and his footwork and his style and the way he moves out and he's always in good position to punch. Mm-hmm. He can't get out of the way of his opponent's best shots. Like he either's gonna get hurt or dropped multiple times or some shit. Like I think Sims is the only fight where I feel like he really, really lost. Like you can make a case for him winning the rest, but I ain't gonna be like, oh no, he was robbed. Like what's his name over there, dude?
I feel like the Sims fight he really lost, but
I think so too. Like, and he lost, but the scores were accurate. Like that's the thing. Like the judging was actually good in that fight, and I had no problem with that. I was like, hey, Sims won that shit with one eye closed. Like he did that. That shit was hard. But it's over. But I mean, Barrios and Puello, no, he definitely did. He definitely beat those two.
Oh, he didn't definitely beat those, but he took.
Yeah, he definitely beat shit.
I mean, Barrios. What I told you, I said Barrios was the worker. Like I said, because Barrios you can't lose like 7 straight rounds with getting your ass beat. 7, 8 rounds and you're getting your ass beat. Like no, like come on, like what, like nah, like come on, like stop that. Like Akhmedov beat the shit out of Barrios. Puello at least was
getting off the canvas. Yeah.
He got to get up twice. He got dropped twice too.
No, I mean, like you notice he was missing. He was leaving that part out.
It wasn't one of those spots where 2 knockdowns would save him. It just tying up the cards. Like it would have been like a 161.
Dude, bro, you're acting like this was Corrales Mayweather, and Corrales ended up scoring 2 knockdowns on Floyd. The fight was nowhere near that one-sided where he only won the rounds. Like this wasn't Fury Wilder, nigga. Like stop.
That's what it was. Like that. I mean, that you see the state of that nigga's face after that fight. That motherfucker got the shit beaten out of him. Like nah, bro. Like I mean, like in
between dropping that nigga.
That shit wasn't close like that. It was not close at all. Like it's basically Wilder Fury where the knockdowns. Like make this shit seem like it was close, when it wasn't.
And fucking Wilder Fury wasn't fucking close, nigga.
Neither was Barrios and Akhmedov. Akhmedov won that shit pretty. Like that shit was clear. Like he was beating the shit out of him.
Nah,
I think it was clear that Fury was boxing Wilder's head off.
Cloud Campillo was closer than that, nigga.
That was probably low key a robbery, anyways.
Nah, that was close, bro. Fuck out of here.
Like motherfucking Cloud's mom didn't she faint in the ring or some shit like that? Something happened. Like somebody fainted because of the whole tension of that shit.
I mean, he dropped that nigga like 3 times.
Yeah, and I remember people still talking about that shit. Capillo should have won that fight. It wasn't like it was like Capillo was like, people. That's what people were saying though. And that's when you knew that.
Stop getting dropped 3 fucking times.
I mean, like there's 3. I mean, 3 times in your close. I mean, 3 times obviously. Depending, it's a 12-round fight. You can still win a fight. It's usually
but you make a piss poor case for winning that motherfucker.
That's true. I mean, when it gets to the 4 knockdown territory, then you could probably lose the cards like that, no matter what the fuck you do. If you don't return no damn knockdowns.
Yeah, it is like 3 knockdowns, like nigga, like. It's one thing if they was all in one round and you also I gotta come back from a 10-6 and you just rattle off round after round after round. But if you're getting dropped in the first beginning of the fight, then you get dropped in the middle rounds, then you get dropped in the late, like nigga, like how you gonna win this shit?
I mean, it was weird, but I mean, in real time, people were saying Kapil won that shit. I mean, it was a whole controversy on that shit.
Yeah, I remember, bro. I'm old enough. Fucking, fucking Peter was robbed against Klitschko, nigga. Fuck that shit.
I mean, well, I don't. I mean, I thought he won. I mean, Vlad won that shit. I mean, that's and although he made it hot though, I mean, that was a good ass fight though. But yeah, no, Vlad won that shit. But yeah, no, like I said, it was either way. Akhmadov and Duarte was a good ass fight, and like I said, a nice slugfest. And then afterwards, we got the minimum weights. We got Oscar Collazo, who I think is Puerto Rico, or next to Serrano. Like Puerto Rico's like only other world champion.
He be punching. He's the only guy around those weights that be punching. I'm just saying.
He punches. Yeah, and then he got he fought knockout CP. Who pretty much who was like who was like the longest reigning champion.
That dude has been a champion since the Obama administration.
Seriously,
long fucking time.
He's got the most boxing meme ass nickname, but he's a legit champion. It's kind of
And then Collazo really beat the shit out of him too. It was like
that fight was boring until it wasn't.
Yeah, because you see, like first part couldn't handle once he couldn't handle his power. Like dude was moonwalking all over the place. Like dude was he tried to because I think first part he's a counter puncher, so he tried to time him, but Collazo was eating those counter punches with no problem. And then Collazo was just whipping his ass with all types of hooks and shit like that. It was just like and I know it's a big thing because it's like there was never a ring champion at 105, but yeah, Collazo it'll be interesting to see if he can actually go up in weight, like even be like 115 or some shit like that. Because dude punches hard. Like I don't see little niggas that punch that hard at that weight like he does. Like he beats the shit out of these cats at this weight. But it was a nice little moment to actually see that. And then
wait, hold on. You ain't never seen motherfuckers punch hard at that weight.
At 105, they don't really punch.
It's a rarity. It's not as common. It's not as common. They ain't cracking like that.
No. I couldn't hear you. I was just making sure you said that.
Oh yeah. They're not cracking like that way. Cracking like that. And then we got like the surprise performance with William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer. And
surprise? To me, it wasn't. But I know what you mean.
I mean, Farmer. I didn't expect Farmer to actually put Zepeda down. That was the one thing that I didn't expect to see that happen.
Yeah, that was. I knew it was Zepeda. I knew Farmer would keep up. Pause. I knew he would keep up with him. I didn't expect him to drop him. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. And funny thing too, like Farmer for the first half of the fight, Farmer was actually boxing the shit out of Zepeda. Like he dropped him and everything. Zepeda was looking mid. Like Zepeda was like, but then after that knockdown, Zepeda just fought harder. Like the combinations, the volume kept on coming, and Farmer just got Farmer started to get tired. Yeah. Farmer started sitting on his punches more. Like he actually just really, he was rocking dude in the last couple rounds.
You can really, I know he wasn't doing it because he was the B side, but you can make a case for Farmer won that fight to me.
Yeah, I
don't think he won the fight. He made it close though.
It was close. It was real close. He dropped him too.
Maybe a draw. Maybe a draw. I could see a draw for that. But I thought he got outworked in the second half, which kind of took the fight from him.
He did get outworked late, yeah.
Yeah, but
if you swing around the two, if you swing around or so, you could probably have it a draw for him. But it was still a good fucking fight though.
All I know is I probably with the Muratalla fight and that fight, they're not going to try to bring him back to because both of those fights they tried to make to get him to get their guy over and get a stoppage on a former champion and Farmer not having that shit. He ain't budging.
Yeah, no, Farmer's like, fuck that. You're not gonna use me as a job boy. Like, nah. You're gonna have to beat my ass if you want to get this win. And just like LB said in a tweet, like Jojo Diaz had an easier time being Farmer than those two did, which is weird. Like Jojo did.
Did y'all see another
real crazy cut on his eye?
Did y'all see him complain about not getting tested for that fight?
Yeah, he said there was no testing, for him and Zepeda, and Zepeda was like, I mean, and truthfully, I get Farmer's pissed. I mean, I like how Farmer Shorty was telling him to keep his head up because of that decision. But I mean, it is weird because they're supposed to get tested.
I'm not gonna lie, me wanting to see it versus Shakur, I don't want to see it as much anymore because that's easy work now. I feel like for him. Before I thought it was competitive.
Shakur doesn't fight like hold up. Shakur doesn't fight like Farmer.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I think Shakur will make easy work of him. I'm just saying that at this point.
Explain why.
Just like he made easy work of Edwin De Los Santos. Oh wait.
No. Pilot, go ahead.
I just think stylistically, I just think because I've seen this guy get dropped by the random bum in Mexico, and it looked like he improved. Like this was a while ago. I don't know. Pat probably watched the one back in the zone and Mexican card. He got dropped pretty bad by this random dude, and he looked like he's improved. But the fighters he's been fighting stylistically has made it look like that way. But with the guy like, what the fuck is his name? With Farmer, the guy like Farmer, a slick fighter, don't have power like that, but I think he's a southpaw, right?
Yeah, like
Shakur is. I just think it's a bad matchup for Zepeda now. It just seems like he's. But before this fight, I thought, okay, the work rate might give him some issues. I just don't see it anymore. I'm just tempered down a little bit on Zepeda.
What do Farmer and Shakur do?
Farmer dropped him and stood his ground and was beating his ass in the early fight. What do you mean?
They fight nothing alike though.
Okay, like that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, when has Shakur Stevenson ever done that to anybody with any type of punching ability or volume experience?
I mean, I saw Yoshino beat up Nakatani, and Shakur beat the fuck out of him. So what are you trying to argue? Are you trying to argue that
Yoshino? Oh my god, Yoshino, seriously?
He beat up. I mean, he beat up what? He beat up dude, right? He beat up
fucking bobber, nigga.
He beat up Nakatani, right? Didn't he beat him up the fuck out of him? No, he didn't. Okay. If you want to keep asking me,
who the fuck is Nakatani, bro? Like, come on, like.
He gave Loma. He gave Teo a tough fight. What do you mean?
That's Teo.
That's Teo.
Teo had a tough fight with Steve Claggett. So that's not really helping your matters. That's not helping.
That was Teo. We're talking about 135 Teo. Okay, there's a difference. We're talking about the 135 Teo. Not the
nigga struggled at both weights.
Yeah, Teo had tough with Sandor Martin, man.
So don't say he lost.
I know that Jermaine Ortiz too. I'm just saying, you want to give me an example? I'll throw an example out there. Yeah. I don't think the fight is as competitive as it was. I thought it was before.
Dude, first of all, Shakur Stevenson and Tevin Farmer fight nothing alike.
Never said they fought similar.
How?
They're both southpaws.
Nigga, I'm a southpaw. I don't fight like that motherfucker. Like, dude, get out. Like, so at that case, dude, the fucking a Wilder and Frazier fight the same? They both conventional.
Yeah, I mean the big difference is Shakur doesn't fight in the pocket like that with people that punch harder than he does. Whereas Farmer stood his ground, moved his head, slip punches, all that shit like he's supposed to do. Counter the heavier puncher.
And he turned.
Yeah,
never really got on his bike like that.
Yeah, Shakur. Every time Shakur fought a heavier puncher, he quote unquote, lack for a better term, moved too much. Stuff like that.
And the thing is, Zepeda has a lot of experience fighting different styles. Like Zepeda has fought more styles than Shakur Stevenson has. If you want to be honest about it, like all the guys he's fighting have been either boxers, boxer punchers, counter punchers, southpaw, slicksters. He's fought every fucking style and the physical dimension. Like the only thing Shakur Stevenson is going to bring to him is like footwork. Right. And Zepeda footwork ain't bad either, and he's going to be throwing punches. Like, and if Stevenson don't throw enough, see, the only way Stevenson could win against that volume, if he's throwing enough on the back foot, or he's landing clean on the back foot consistently. If he's just landing a couple jabs and then Zepeda hits his body with 3 left hooks, you already know who's gonna get that round.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what makes the fight interesting because we want to see if can Zepeda really fucking swarm and out volume Shakur and make him fight, or Shakur could really just outmaneuver, Zepeda. Because that's the thing, Shakur Stevenson can outmaneuver and outbox guys. It's one thing back in the day when guys like Floyd and Purnell and Chris Bird and Tony, they use their defense to drop your punch output, your connect percentage to below double digits. But it's another thing to hold yourself below double digits and your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas, Shakur Stevenson fights in a way where he'll make his opponent only land 4 punches, but then he only lands 6.
And they'll give it to him based off, because he quote unquote controlled the round.
Exactly. Like you got to get to the point where if your opponent land 4, you're landing 15. You're landing 12. You're landing 9, 8, 11. That's how Floyd and guys who really on the back foot, that's how they win these fights. Shakur Stevenson gonna have to treat this like it's fucking the second Castillo fight.
Yeah, because with this fight, Zepeda got like an interim title from the WBC, so it's like he's pretty much that Shakur fight. Depending if with the guy, that fight is next, depending on when Shakur comes back from healing from his hand injury. So it's like, yeah, I want to see it because Zepeda should have gotten a title shot by now, and this is probably the closest he's gotten to that point to getting one.
He's beating all the damn contenders. Like what's the guy he beat that got robbed against Kambosos?
Maxie Hughes.
Maxie Hughes, yeah,
he beat Maxie Hughes. Then we're like, okay, we on the podcast talking about, you need to beat somebody better. Then he ends up beating Cabrera. He beats him, and we're like, okay, damn, like, and he destroys him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
But those guys aren't Shakur.
Yes.
I get it. I'm just saying it's still one of the most fights to look forward to at 135. But I know how this goes.
Let's put it. If Shakur, Shakur, the motivation for him is
I still. My bad. Go ahead, Pat.
No, I said the motivation for Shakur he should actually want to actually mimic what Farmer did, but probably do it better.
I still really like the fight simply because the one thing that Zepeda has always shown he's going to have, regardless of anything, is just volume, pressure, and volume and output. He's going to have that output the whole fucking 12 rounds because he went the whole 10 and he fought for round 1 like he fought round 10. He didn't slow down at all. It's going to be interesting to see how Shakur will deal with that for a whole fight, if he's going to get on his back foot and run the whole fight, or if he's going to try to engage at least with him at times.
Yeah, and
he'll lose the fucking decision if he just try to run, punch, run, punch.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Oscar's definitely gonna try to make that fight. I don't think I know they're saying that Oscar probably won't make it, but no, they're gonna. Zepeda's.
They have to. They have to.
Yeah, because there's not too many lightweights available unless you want to go to another lightweight champion that's gonna be okay. Yeah, we'll fight him now. That's other than Shakur, but yeah.
The fight has too much momentum. Like it's already been talked about. We've already analyzed the styles, the matchup. Let them, fight each other. So that gives, a bigger opponent for a Tank or somebody else.
Right.
So that's hopefully that has a trickle down effect.
Yes. Well, one fight that probably will not, of course, is Jose Ramirez and Arnold Barboza. Ugh. Yeah.
Oh, yo, we gonna go in on this shit. Like, real talk. Like, this shit would put me to fucking sleep. Like, Barboza, man.
Like I said, I like Barboza, but it's just like Barboza gets in his own fucking way. Now, this
he does.
Culmination of this too, because honestly, we're sympathetic because he had issues with Top Rank. Top Rank didn't want to put him in there with Tio or with anybody like that, and he was on other
You
cards.
see why now,
bro. I'm not gonna, bro. I'm not even gonna hold back. This was the match of a has been versus a fucking never was been. Like this shit was ass.
Yeah, like Jose Ramirez, like I think Jose Ramirez
retire.
Both should retire. Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez
had a career win. He's like retired.
I mean, I will say this: Jose Ramirez, like, I mean, he overachieved, but he had too many hard fights, too many hard wins, too many wins.
Bro. His struggle fest with fucking Comey was the beginning of the end for me. That's like, all right, maybe he should like consider packing it up. And then the Bartholomew fight actually just reaffirmed my beliefs. I'm like, all right, yeah, you don't got it no more. Now after this weekend, yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's strike 3. You're out. Please retire.
Yeah, that Rancis shit will never. Like, I was like,
you can't be losing to Rancis, y'all.
Yeah, like he made Rancis look vigilant. I mean, Comey at least has power. He's always in the fight, but he made Rancis look like he was back at 122 again. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are you doing? It was a bad showing from him, and it was probably Rancis' best performance in years. Like, it was just like, it was just. Yeah, Ramirez, like he basically his legs are gone. He was plotting like no one can get their offense up. Barboza was just, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, moving, jabbing maybe a little bit.
So too fucking predictable. Both of them were too fucking predictable.
It reminded me of fucking Chris Bird and Deverell Williamson just moving around, looking at each other, grimacing a little bit, trying to act like they were fighting, even though they were friends and shit like that. It gave me those vibes, and it was a horrible watch. Like they
killed the whole momentum of the card. Yeah, I see why Top Rank managed him the way he was managed and promoted him, because he's a guy who Barboza Jr. fights with no urgency. Even the way he hyped him up and said, yo, fuck a title shot. This is my title shot. He was trying to make it seem like this was some Roy Jones Tarver energy. And he fought like it was some goddamn Kevin Kelly, Derek Gainer energy.
Bro, this is the second time in a row, because it was the Haney card, the Haney Ryan card. Now this card where he was the momentum killer of the fucking night. Like, it was bad.
And that's all he does. He momentum kills. You can't put him in a big name fight, because what happens is he's not going to create any type of memorable moment or performance. The opponent isn't. He's either going to win and look average. He's going to lose, look average. Like, nobody wins when you match up Barboza Jr., and that's his fault. Yeah. Even when he wins, he doesn't really win, and we don't really win. That's a him problem. Like, his performance are the least inspirational. There's nothing he does consistently that you could be like, okay, yeah, like, he just ruins his own potential, like all the extra movement and pawing and figuring out. You got old ass goddamn Ramirez in front of you, nigga. Just throw fucking punches.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard for him to throw some punches. Like, like, come on, like,
what you trying to figure out?
Why throw punches when I can't?
We're basically gonna get Duarte versus Barboza on some Golden Boy main event.
What's that?
You know what this means? We're gonna basically get Duarte versus Barboza in the Golden Boy main event more than.
Fuck no!
Oh, come on!
I mean, truthfully, because like I said, because Barboza's the best. The best Barboza is when someone actually can come at like Saucedo. Saucedo came like right at him.
That might make for a decent fight, and Duarte is Duarte is not a big enough name to risk it. Mm-hmm. So honestly, that might be a workable fight. But this is the thing, man. After that fight, then what?
But if I think it's too, Barboza was also because he's getting into a war of words with Jack Carroll on Twitter too. About.
Oh God, no! Do not put those two boring fucks together in one room.
I might literally have to go get some beer, get some to drink, during that fight.
Yeah, if that fight,
that fight would fucking freeze time itself, nigga.
Yeah,
Genius,
I gotta get some gas. I gotta get some swishes real quick. I'll be back.
Yeah, that would be a piss break, shit break, food break, whatever break. Yeah,
grocery break. I might just do the mitts with a motherfucker in between break, like nigga, fuck out of here. Like, how dare they talk about that shit?
Yeah,
Stop.
Yeah, see, Barboza gets, and that's the whole reason because Barboza was mad because the WBO wouldn't mandate that fight as an eliminator. Well, exactly. That's the reason why they won't do that. Like when you put on performances like that, like there's like
they knew.
Yeah, like we're not gonna make this fight with Tio if you don't want. You better knock Ramirez out.
It's like you want to root for him and you want to say, yeah, man, these guys are ducking you. We see skills, we see the potential, but it's so frustrating because it's like we care about it more than he does, and it's obvious. Like, dude fight with no urgency, no hunger. It's just like da 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 da, and it's like, all right, cool, so be it. But
yeah,
this is your ceiling right here.
Yeah, just that level of celebration he had. I was like, bro, you didn't win a title. Like, why are you celebrating so hard? Like, you just
and you didn't even look good. Like you delusional motherfucker. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it looks Barboza. I mean, unless dude is fighting someone that could easily put him on his ass or some shit like that. Like, I can't. Yeah, I can't take no. I can't take no damn Carroll versus Barboza.
He got to be the opener from now on. He can't be allowed to ruin the momentum of these events. Like, he kills these co-main spots, yo.
Yeah, like you're not knocking people out. You're not even dropping them or anything. Like, they're giving people a reason to say, "Oh, okay, it's good. This fight's about to end. Let's go on to the main event." Like, no, like,
and you ain't even got to be a knockout puncher. Just let the hands go.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what he boxes like he got Virgil Hunter in his corner.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude wants to fight like minimalist. I don't know, like he just what he thinks he's doing, but he thinks he can just win like that. I mean, eventually someone's got to take his zero, and and it'll be because they outworked him because he didn't want to do anything. It's just like, that fight was it was horrible, and I was praying that it would be one of those occasions where. It would be like a Rancis Ramirez type of fight where someone is motivated to throw some hands and then the shit will pop off into a good fight. But yeah, that shit was just it was garbage. It was god awful.
Dude not motivated at all. Like, dude's the least motivated ever. Like, although he says he's motivated, he damn sure don't fight like it. So I'm kind of good. There's some niggas I don't want on my TVs no more, and it's like. Barboza Jr., you're there now. Like, you're honestly there.
Yeah, though. Yeah, that was the disappointing part. I was like, I'm done watching Barboza until he starts realizing that he can lay some people out or beat the shit out of somebody. Like, I'm good. But thankfully, the main event though,
thank God.
Thank goodness.
Is that Zerdochenko?
Yeah, Zerdochenko. Zerdo and CBS. I have to admit though, CBS is a tough fucking brick.
He was tough, man.
Yeah, dude took most of his injuries. Dude had like a fractured hand, both fractures on both hands, stitches in and out his eye. Like he had a laundry list of injuries. Like broken right thumb.
I thought he was going to get stopped.
I thought he was going to get stopped by about round 8.
Yeah. Also, he had damaged ribs too. Like Zerdo landed one of the cumulative ass beatings. Yeah. See, honestly, he should. He probably should have been stopped. But it
was competitive for like the first 6, but then it kind of like it got to the point where Zerdo was leading and he was starting it, finishing it.
His hands up. He was
making adjustment. Yeah, Zerdo was doing what? I mean, like shout out to Malik Scott. Malik Scott did something right with him. I mean, this is the most I've ever been impressed with Zerdo in a long. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've been this impressed with Zerdo. I ain't going.
It's been years. It's been years.
With Malik Scott.
Yeah, that too. First time I probably.
I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of surprised at how fucking small he looked compared to CBS. I'll say that. That was the first thing. I was like, God damn, because Zerto's a big guy. So I expected, I mean, I know CBS is a big guy too, but it was like, damn, I expected when Zerto got to cruiserweight, because he always seemed like a guy that was a natural cruiserweight that was boiling down, and that when he got to there, he would just be like a regular, normal size fucking cruiserweight, and then he's standing next to CBS, and it's like, God damn, this is a big motherfucker. CBS made Zerto look small.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
CBS too. Like CBS was making shit hot early because he was rocking Zerto too. Zerto.
He hurt Zerto in that first round. Zerto was hurt in that first fucking round.
Yeah, because I haven't seen Zerto that hurt since the Jesse Hart fights. Because Zerto was really getting hurt. I was like, okay, like
he rocked him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is gonna be one of the fights though, and I give Zerto credit for weathering the storm or whatever. Because CBS it would be like one or two right hands, and then CBS would let like a shot fly to his stomach, and and Zerto definitely didn't like those body shots. I don't think Zerto was too used to getting hit with those body shots. Like they were clean body shots too. Like, and you can see Zerto like grimacing though. But I give him credit. Zerto bit down his gum shield and just punished CBS. Like once CBS gassed, it was like one way. It was like one side beating. But I mean, CBS would fight back, but yeah, Zerto was just like beating the shit out of him. And then until Zerto gassed like in the last couple of rounds too, and then they were just throwing like all types of wild shit at each other. It was,
but the way he was his angles, like, I was joking about the Zertochenko thing, but he was like using his angles, coming like doing some shit I haven't seen him do. So yeah, I mean, people say he looked chubby and stuff. He looked a little chunky. But maybe that helped. That packed on the weight helped. I don't know. Maybe it helped him a bit.
Yeah, it did because I mean, it made him stay upright. Because like I said, the shot at CBS wasn't what they weren't pity pads. CBS was rocking them.
His eye was so fucked. CBS eye was so fucked up. I was like, how is his eye was really fucked up? Like it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it was just like unless the eyes falling out of the socket, they're like, hey, fight on.
I mean. You could say that Zerto left CBS with one eye open.
Hey, bars. That was good. But yeah, CBS. Yeah, I mean, I'll give CBS was tough, but yeah, Zerto, I was like seriously impressed too because I was wondering what Malik Scott was doing in the ring. I was like, why's Malik Scott there? Like I thought he was just there because just on some random hub. I didn't realize he was actually training Zerto. Which makes me wonder what Malik Scott does in his camps with Zerto and what Malik Scott does in his camp with Deontay Wilder. Oh well, with Wilder he does absolutely nothing. Like that's Willis.
Yeah, we see this shit with Wilder.
He probably don't do shit with Zerto either. If we're being honest.
Yeah, but I want to say Zerto.
How he got them angles like. Zerto ain't never moved like that before. Zerto always been a guy who could move a little. Who can move a bit, but not that explosive, not that consistently, not throughout a fight like that.
And we have to forget though, Malik Scott though was a slickster when he was fighting, so it wasn't like so it just he just couldn't. He wasn't disciplined.
Wilder's clumsy, bro. Let's just be honest.
Well, I mean, the problem was he tried to turn Wilder into fucking Malik Scott. Like, yeah.
Well,
because why you got this nigga doing spin moves and pirouettes and shit, bro?
yeah.
And then he do the dumb shit in the fight, get knocked out. You spin into a fucking punch, like.
I mean, I'm actually willing to give Malik Scott another chance because, like I said, if he's in Zerto's camp and Zerto actually looks like he put some new dimensions in his game that actually helped him and like win a hard fight. Then yeah, I want to see what I'll see. I'll let him cook though. But yeah. I just think I guess with the Wilder shit, he looks at him as like a brother. So it's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna train. I'm gonna pay you. We're just gonna party and shit. We'll do some bullshit and then, you watch me get knocked out type of shit. But yeah, Zerto and Apataya, that's the fight to make at cruiserweight. You got to make that fight.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought Jai definitely smokes the cruiserweight division, but him versus Zerto is intriguing. I mean, I'm tripping, but
I mean, well, here's the thing. I ain't gonna lie, and I like Jai, but the thing about Jai is he kind of gives me a bit of front runner vibes. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He does though, because you know his hardest fight with Bradis managed to bust him up both times in the fight, like
with a broken jaw.
Yeah, this will prove because Bradis did break his jaw in the first fight, and maybe he had his number because everybody else Giant is not zaps out, but Bradis obviously is one of the better cruiserweights of his era for sure. So
yeah, Bradis is a crafty, dirty cruiserweight.
Yeah, but maybe he's just a guy that kind of not has his number because he lost both fights. But
I mean, but regardless, Jai, either way, like even not in just those fights, Jai's a guy that, like I've noticed, he starts off very strong, and then that halfway mark, he tails off. Now, I don't know whether it's due to like bad stamina or endurance or just front runner-ish. I don't know.
He'll get the KO after that. Like after he kind of does that, he'll like struggle a little bit, but he'll eventually get the KO. But again,
he's not like an Andre who's gonna like win the rounds cleanly. Like it really feels like he tapers off. Like maybe not as bad as Caleb Plant, but like in the ballpark.
Yeah, all it takes is like once you get to the later rounds, it's like he's breathing hard. Oh, there's a cut over there. Oh, his face is starting to get puffy. It's like it's just like. He just falls apart and he never really gets back. He fights to survive, and it's just like
I think Zerto can get him though. Like, if Zerto get past the first 5 and he got it competitive, he might even run him after that because Zerto hits hard. He got the angles. He throwing combinations like he ain't really fight nobody like that yet.
Yeah. I mean, if he fought more Redises and then anything like that, I'm like, okay, maybe Apatite, but Apatite is just literally he has the hard fights with Bradis, and then he's knocking out jobbers pretty much. People he shouldn't really be facing, but
And even Bradis don't even fight like Zerto, so like because Bradis don't be using no angles and all that shit, and he still was lighting Apatite up.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, I definitely want to see that. That's why I really want to see because like it's definitely a good stuff. They're both gonna throw hands, but is it gonna see? If like P said, if he's a front runner or is he the real thing? Yeah, because Apatite can't. Because these close calls with Bradis, has me raising my eyebrow. You can't keep getting busted up like this in fights where you're winning 8 fucking rounds and you're just collapsing. And you're it's like fumes at the end of the fight. Like that's horrible.
Facts.
But Zerto though, Zerto like that was a hard fight though. I mean, he probably won't see it. I mean, you'll probably get like a suspension or something like that because of how that fight was. Because he had his face was swollen, shit like that. That was a hard fight for both of them. But CBS though. CBS should probably retire because you can't be that's a laundry list of injuries to get in one fight. Like he's done.
No, dude, I don't know if y'all saw the picture today where he said it looked healed, but that shit was looking mad like a puffer fish. Yeah, that shit looked bad.
Yeah. He looked terrible.
He got whooped.
Yeah, whooped on. Yeah. But he survived. I mean, like I'm not trying to say sometimes UK fighters don't show him full true heart, but he's
tough. He's tough. If nothing else, he's tough.
I mean, shit though. I mean, dude managed to go 12 rounds with a Coley and actually being able to actually beat him clearly with knock him down 3 times. So like so he's not garbage, but because
I mean, I've never been high on a Coley, but that's another story.
I don't think it was that great. To be honest with you.
You're talking about Hug Coley. The guy that just be hugging all the time? God damn. He be dancing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
not
was able to negate that at least somewhat, at least try to win the fight. So I mean, I'll give him credit for that one because Coley's he's my countryman and all, but he's kind of struggled to watch.
mid. I don't want to see Russell's best.
But overall, I mean, at least I'll say this stuff for the Latino night card. There was no long-winded speeches, no His Excellency speaking, no wild ass comments that he would make, weird ass
no turkey promos. Thank you.
Next time, put Latino night in a fucking place with Latinos.
Yeah, Oscar was cutting promos, but he was trying to limit himself a little.
You're playing all that Spanish music to the wrong type of brown people.
That concert. Though, I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that concert. I was like, it's
like, what's the point? Like, it's Riyadh season. You celebrate y'all season, but then y'all celebrating Latinos over here. Like, this makes no fucking sense. And it's like everybody just smiles and just goes along with it. Like, they're just waving. Like,
because
shit is weird. Got Oscar dressed like a fucking like he the El Marathi.
Yeah, Oscar was wilding out though, but yeah, they were trying to make it like that, but it's just like, yeah, that
it was like one big like Saudi Arabia spirit Halloween party over there.
What's next? We're gonna have a Caribbean night in Nebraska. The fuck?
Hey, don't put the energy in the air.
Caribbean night.
Imagine Riyadh season. Look, they're gonna end up doing Riyadh season, and they're gonna treat boxing like it's a Vegas residency. You know, one weekend is gonna be Latino night. One weekend is gonna be British night. They're gonna be serving fucking fish and chips. One night is gonna be Caribbean night.
And all that.
Yeah. American night. They're gonna have these niggas that have a fucking July 4th over there. They'll convince you that the only way you can have Shakur Stevenson is to pay to fight is if it's in Saudi Arabia. Like, why? Oh yeah, Boots and Ortiz, Saudi Arabia. Why?
Yeah, the money.
And what do you call it? Urban night. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it was a good card. It was a good card though. I said that.
Yeah.
It was a damn good card. Yeah, but it's just, what is the lasting impression of this in the sport? Like,
what do y'all think?
Hold on. What's the old saying? If a tree falls if a tree falls and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Yeah, could it be a good fight if nobody saw it? Like,
if a heavy bag falls in the gym but nobody's there, did it really fall? Did anybody hear it?
Did anybody punch it at this point? So I just want to know, like, nigga, there's more people in the fucking Dune movies in them deserts than them damn Saudi cars, nigga.
I don't know. I sometimes want to applaud the effort, but like some of these Saudi cards, these Riyadh season cards are like concept albums by rappers that are executed horribly.
Terrible.
Which one do you think is the best so far? Is it the 5 vs 5? Out of the Riyadh seasons?
That might be the most dramatic.
With the card,
on paper, it was supposed to be the best one, but the execution, because Matchroom didn't show up, it was like an NBA preseason.
And that shit was that 5-on-5 was the fucking speed teamers. Like,
because the Bud card was good too. Yeah, I mean, the Bud card was pretty good too. The Crawford.
The Joshua Wilder doubleheader card. That card was probably the best one from like top to bottom. Although the 5-on-5 shit was dope, like it was like, so it's but the Joshua. I mean, of course, it's not. It didn't end up so good because Wilder lost while Joshua won, so we didn't get a Joshua Wilder fight. But that one from top to bottom, that was probably the best one out of them.
But I will say, on the average, it's better matchups than we get for the most part on the average card.
I hate to be that guy, but I would like to point out that. I mean, maybe it'll get better as we get closer. But the buzz for the heavyweight rematches, crickets.
Yeah, I mean, Bohachuk Majimov. That fight sounds like fucking.
Yeah, that card. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they did. Like they made a fire co-main, and then they made a UK undercard. Like, I was like, come on,
it's $40 for us. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on. Anyway, got time for that.
That I'm not cool with. It's like you can't make you have a good co-main, a fire co-main, then you got domestic level scraps. Not even matching.
You can't charge me, an American person, for two non-Americans in a fight. I'm sorry. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm not gonna pay for it. I mean, Better Beef Bivol. We got that for free, luckily, in a sense, right? So
we got Better Beef and Bivol the fight for free on ESPN Plus. The other card is
because they were gonna charge you for 2 fucking non-American.
And Fury can't even come to the country, and I'm paying to see him fight. The fuck?
I got paid to see Joe Cornelius.
And the worst part about I still think the worst and funniest thing about that fucking undercard being charged was that they charged more when Shakur pulled out the fight than what they were charging when Shakur was announced as the headliner of that fucking fight. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that was grimy as fuck. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Like they try to pull a real fast one, like, and that's what it in. Yeah, I mean that had horrible pay-per-view buys. Like
this is why people see Pete bootlegging.
Yeah, you can't. They really try to pull a fast one. They said, "Oh, it's gonna be free then," because so Score put out, and that's how it should have been. It should have been free, and then the ESPN Plus, you get that. Although it should have been on one platform, but that's a whole. But I guess whoever owns the rights or whatever, that's boxing politics.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, no, but they fucked up on that one. But it's crickets because, like I said, that card is like, there's nothing you can really anticipate other than it's.
I mean, I almost like It kind of goes to what I said, when people were like, "Oh, he's giving us the fights that we want to see," and Fury versus Usyk, you motherfuckers really didn't want to see that shit. I didn't forget y'all thought that was the worst case scenario when Wilder and AJ and Fury and Usyk were all fighting each other. That was always the worst case scenario. Y'all just wanted it because y'all wanted undisputed. And guess what? We got it. And then the rematch, it's not for undisputed anymore. And voila, look, nobody cares.
Yeah, it's basically
we got. They gave us better be Bivol.
Yeah, that's the fight that we all wanted. And undisputed was just the cherry on top.
Facts.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Usyk and Fury too, it's just like it's contract. It's not even like because it's either that or Usyk gets stripped of the belt, which he eventually did get stripped of anyways. So it's like but we'll see how it goes. We'll wait see what fights will be announced for 2025. There's one PBC card fight so far that got announced for 2025. And,
Battle of the Davids.
Yeah, Battle of the Davids. Yeah, that's pay-per-view too. Personally, that shouldn't be a pay-per-view, but that's a whole other. It's actually a damn good card, but yeah, that's pay-per-view too. It's going to be probably like $69, $79, maybe.
The fuck?
For what?
Yo, fuck, and this nigga Pat is staring me damn fucking defending these pay-per-views and this bullshit.
I'm not defending this pay-per-view. Like I said, the pay-per-view is good, but it's not pay-per-view. It's not pay-per-view worthy. It should be one of Prime's free cards. But I don't know how they pick and choose all this shit anyways. What's free and what's not free. It's
Niggas be like, they just be throwing names in a hat and just picking them shits out.
Yeah.
Like,
man, they be rolling dice in the back.
Yeah. I'm doing all types of bullshit. Like, but damn, it's like this past weekend of boxing was so big. It's like, what? Y'all gotta chill this weekend. Just chill. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's an OTX card if you want to watch that. It's a good watch, but yeah, I think now that we're close to Thanksgiving, you probably won't. You probably have to wait till maybe the first week of December to actually get before things pick up again. But yeah, because Thanksgiving, because these fighters, they don't want to fight near Thanksgiving. They want to eat and drink and be merry, just like us, and blow fucking weight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, though. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't think anything else in boxing has kind of popped up, anything like that, other than the usual shit. People, getting into Twitter beefs and Cool Boy getting to some. No, not Cool Boy. Frank Martin getting to some altercation outside.
Apparently that video was old. Apparently.
Oh, I couldn't tell. He looked the same. Yeah, no, it was, nothing's really popped up, but yeah, like I said, it's just, we got to probably wait, see till December to get, the rest of the big fights in, and hopefully in 2025, things kind of, I know we can actually get a slate that gets kind of announced about all these fights that are going to pop off. Like, can't just, whatever the tank card is going to be, whatever Crawford, Ortiz, whoever it's going to be, whatever card did they keep mentioning for February for another Riyadh season card, something like that. But they need to start announcing them shits like right away. Because that shit's crazy. Like they gotta have something in January. But we'll see how it goes. It's boxing. But I think that's probably it for now. I just noticed what time it is, and I need to get up so I can go to the gym in the morning. Do we have any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Nah,
you can wrap this up. Pause.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Great weekend of boxing. We appreciate y'all tuning in, helping us talk about all this shit and celebrating Goat Artist Day. So y'all take it easy.
Yeah, no, we'll be back on Thursday. We don't know if we're back with a music episode or Gauntlet episode. We'll figure that out.
Probably a Gauntlet episode. Might be an R&B Gauntlet. I always see Pilot retweeting and playing old school music, like he trying to call niggas out subconsciously. Fuck him up, like nigga.
I mean, he just gonna play the top 5 hits, like
for every decade, no matter what. He's like, 90s hits, okay, got you. I get so weak in the knee. Like, you're just gonna play every big one. Yeah, like
this new artist, this Whitney Houston. Who's this?
Whitney Houston, like this nigga
just play how we do it. Hey.
Whole ass nigga, I just know it, dog.
Yeah. Oh, King Son mentioned happy birthday, LB.
Yeah.
Salute to him. But yeah, but we'll be back on
Thursday. Hey, King Son, salute. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we'll be back with Thursday with something, we always do, man. We can, and obviously the cartoon is, where are we with the cartoon? Is it almost finished or
the Ring Gang one is put on pause. It's not on pause indefinitely. It's not like the label said, "Hi, we throwing that out." It's not unreleased or nothing. Like you gonna wrap that
UGK album? It's not Riding Dirty.
No, it's more like it's like an unreleased Shine album or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
we definitely gonna knock that one out, but we almost done with the Batman one. The Batman one is he just cleaning it up right now, putting a little background music to it and making sure the Batman part look right. So and getting the punches and the dialogue, all of that shit. Oh, Fleece Johnson.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? Who the hell is it?
You gotta love the trolls that we get. I saw Tyson booty and it looked good to me. Nigga, who types like that, yo?
Like you sound like you need to be in a Tyler Perry play or some shit. Like you supposed to be on a BET Plus show.
Yo, them shows be wild as fuck, yo. Like them Tyler Perry BET Plus shows are too fucking wild. I'm thinking like, that man has a lot of repressed issues. Like seriously, like some of the
So all he does now that he got that studio is he play out all his fantasies, like all his movies and shows just be so extra with the sexual perversions and it be having nothing to do with anything. Like imagine you having a movie about a single mom raising a kid and then you find out the single mom also has a fetish for getting beat up or some shit.
Yeah, there was something like that. I think one of them had like into some SNL, like one having a woman child like chained up or some shit, and then some other woman beating the shit out of her, and then afterwards the woman and her husband having sex in front of her. Some wild ass shit like that. I couldn't believe what
it be just normal shit. Like why you can't just make a normal story? Like, and none of these perversions ever move the plot. They're not necessary. they're so unneeded, and it's just like, why? And then there's always look, and you know what? I ended with this. There's always that one motherfucker that get on your nerve and they'll say, but you know he got an audience for it, an audience. And people be like, yeah, I know so-and-so. Dude, there's always these niggas always talking about I know so-and-so who's seen it. You never know a motherfucker directly who watched that shit.
Yeah.
Like, stop fucking lying. Like, that nigga make them shows for himself. And maybe the 12 other. There's more niggas who watch his own boxing than watch this shit.
Silly.
I mean, damn. But yeah, no, that's what's up. We be here Thursday. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. Yo, so for myself, Pat Scorpio, the England representative, for LB Show with the God, the GOAT Artist Day, for King Queen Bodega Beef, for Conscious Pilot, and for Marquise, appreciate you being on the show with us. And then for Rome Top 5, who dropped off, you'll hear more of him, later on in the week, I'm sure. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Chill.